All right, welcome to another edition of the BS Sessions. I'm going to have a shot of tequila before we start.
Hold on, let me get my Diet Coke.
I got my Powerade. It's like you're the only one drinking tonight, Mark.
Fuckers.
I got a beer. No, I have a beer.
Nice. The lady is out drinking all of you guys. Well,
PBR,
Charles has an
right?
excuse.
But
Let's go to Charles, man. Introduce our guest, man. And what's up?
Wow, what's up, everybody? We got
Now the
Andy
whiskey.
Rodriguez
Hi,
from
guys. How's it going?
Black Spinner Podcast, and first time with us tonight, Kate Doré.
Howdy, howdy, howdy.
Howdy.
Hello, and of course we have the incomparable Jerry Soup, the Ed McMahon of the Mark and Jerry with Charles BS.
That is correct, sir.
at least I was promoted to Sammy Davis Jr. and what do they call us?
You're the one who said to call you
I know Joey Bishop, but what did that guy call us? It was a cool name actually. We should have stuck
forgot
with
who
it.
said it. Buttholes? I don't know.
No, it was actually kind of close. Like it kind of fit us. So.
Well, because I am the Dean Martin because I'm constantly drinking whiskey. So.
Anyway, Charles, sorry, man.
And
Go
Charles
ahead.
is a star, so of course he's the chairman of the board. You know, there you go.
Correct.
And you said you wanted to be Joey Bishop. I was going to call you Sammy, but you got. I don't know what happened there.
Oh, that's like the fifth Three Stooges that came out.
Oh.
I remember that dude, Joe. Who the hell was Joe?
Oh, Joe, I didn't want to know, man. Shrimp,
Right?
Shrimp and Curly were great. Curly Joe.
Curly Joe is
Curly Joe sucked.
Curly Joe.
But Shemp was my favorite. I love Shemp.
Oh, I like Shemp.
yeah.
But Jerry, so what are we doing tonight, man? You picked this.
We're doing cover songs. You know, what we think are the, not necessarily better versions, but, songs that we really like that were, covered, weren't, like some of these songs we thought weren't cover songs until you really look deep into them and you realize some of them are covers, which is kind of cool in its own right. But yeah, it's just something I wanted to do for a while now. It's interesting topic to see what we've come up with.
Kate brought up a good one, like 11 worst cover songs.
Yeah, I said we have to do our dishonorable mentions.
Oh, yeah.
There's some bad ones out there, but yeah, this is going to be a fun one, I think. So.
Oh, yeah, I'm excited. I went to go see cover bands all week getting ready for this.
Oh, wow.
This will be the last week. This will be the last week you'll be see these locks, man. I'm going short again.
Whoa.
Just shave it bald, dude. You'll look good as Picard, man.
I got a big old potato head, man. That would not look good at all.
But
You have enough hair to donate.
Make it so, number one. All right, man. But then we get to our BS, man, like we always do before we get to the main topic, man. Let's start with Madonna was hospitalized for serious bacterial infection. I'm sorry for laughing there. That required an ICU stay because I kind of think what it was, but start with you, Andy.
Well, my wife said that she's fine at home. She's already recuperating and everything is all right. I'm glad because she is the queen of pop, in my opinion. I think she's fantastic, even though she hasn't made interesting music in 30 years. But, man, what she did do was just fantastic. So I hope that she is on the road to recovery.
Yeah, I love Madonna. Charles, man.
I mean, I hope she's going to do okay. Don't really care about her music, though, but...
You don't like
right
the first
on.
3 albums?
Next.
Oh, okay.
Next.
Hey, what do you think about it?
Oh boy, I hope it's not another botched facial surgery, but wish her all the best. She definitely had her run, man. She's super fucking talented. Like, yeah.
She's like Guns N' Roses, still sells out stadiums.
Yeah, I mean, and the thing, I don't know, I guess I just was annoyed with a lot of people talking shit. Like, she obviously looks really messed up, but that society really fucks women up about the way they look. So I don't know.
Yeah, that's true. If she would have came out, they would have complained about her looking her age.
If she looked, what is she, 60 something? How old is she now?
Yeah, she's in her early 60s.
Who's older, her or Linda Carter?
Linda Carter.
Linda Carter.
Linda Carter still looks amazing for her age. Yeah.
By like 15 years.
See, and it's like the people who don't start messing with their faces usually look a lot better, but it's sad. I don't know. That kind of stuff bugs me, but I want to be a bummer. We're having a fun podcast. But
you're right. You're right. I mean, look at Jamie Lee Curtis. She looks great. She's all naturally
she's stunning. Aging. Yeah. Well, and look at Halle Berry's one of the best to say. Yeah. Like, she was at some award show and somebody talked crap about her boobs being uneven, and she's like, yeah, they are because they're real. Like, exactly. Yeah. No shit, idiot. Like, every woman's boobs are uneven.
Man, why don't they go up there and say, man, you need a cup for that. Your dick is too small. You know?
I know.
Do that to guys.
Yeah.
Yeah, get a prosthetic down there, dude.
They do that now.
They don't do that to women, though. They always marginalize women. I see that a lot.
Axl Rose broke that ground back in 1991.
The one that's super sad, like Mickey Rourke is one that's really sad, because once he started doing his fighting career, like, he's gorgeous back in the day, and then he starts doing his fighting career, gets his face destroyed, and then trying to do all the reconstruction. Like, that is a really sad one. So I mean, it does happen to men too.
Yeah, but they don't make fun of the men as much as they make fun of the women.
Exactly.
No,
you wouldn't see a woman getting a role with a face like Mickey Rourke's.
No.
Yeah.
No. See? Madonna's not being being a star cast anytime soon. So yeah, but I don't know. It's weird. I don't know. I hope she's okay. I don't know what kind of infection. You know how they are vague about whatever it is. They just report that she was in the hospital. Somebody in the hospital leaked it, I'm sure, and then her press crew has to clean up the mess. So
I'm just so happy that when we heard Christine McVie went into the hospital for an infection, she was dead the next day. So I'm happy Madonna's still alive.
Holy shit. I was like, I didn't think about that. Yeah. It's sad.
Oh, they usually say that, and all of a sudden, they went in for an infection. Oh wait, they're dead.
Yeah. This year's been a weird year. It's like shaping up to be like 2016 again, where like a ton of stars and famous musicians are dying. It's bizarre.
It's kind of slowed down lately. Knock on wood.
I know this month's been slow. Luckily.
Now you just started it. Jerry.
I hope not. We gotta burn something or do something to get the curse off.
Just drink some more alcohol. Jerry, what is your take on Madonna?
I wish her all the best, man. She was definitely the queen of pop, man. Uncompromising, did what she did, didn't give a shit what people thought. So I wish her well.
Mm-hmm.
But it's funny, when I told my wife what happened, we both laughed, and I go, "Why are we laughing at this?" And exactly what Kate said is why we were laughing, thinking she got an infection with the face. Yeah. But
first thought. I'm
just going, get well, Madonna. I love basically all your albums up to American, whatever it is. And then after that, it's like, Bedtime Stories is pretty good too. I love that album. But let's get to what everybody wants to talk about. I don't know about Kate and Andy, but I'll start with the Kiss fans first on this one. Gene Simmons says both Ace Frehley and Peter Criss turned down invitations to perform at Kiss's final concerts. Charles.
I hope it's true, because I've been saying that all year. I hope they have the integrity to not sell themselves out and do that. So I don't know if it's true, but it's an internet, but we'll see. But I hope so. And if that's true, kudos, Ace and Peter. Thank you.
Okay, Jerry.
I hope it's true, but Ace has always admitted he would do anything for money. But I'm sure if they offered him enough, I think he probably would. But I'm hoping what Charles says is true, that they don't. Because Gene and Paul have been total douchebags to both of them the last couple decades, so I hope they don't.
How come they don't bring Bruce Kulick in? He probably do it. He would do it. Bruce would do it in a second. He loves those guys. But Kate, what do you have any thoughts on this?
The Ace doing anything for money thing, I'm surprised, because when he plays here, like I told you guys before, he's playing a club that's maybe 200 people can fit into it, and it's around the corner from my house. Like, I could walk to the place.
Same to one I go to.
He plays every year there, so I'm surprised he's money hungry. But
Ace I don't know. I think said that he'd for the right price he would do it.
Yeah, Gene. I don't know. He's been so mean to them. Like, obviously I don't follow Kiss, but I know how Gene is, and like the only time I ever heard Gene being nice about a band is him talking about the Melvins, when the Melvins did all those like weird 3-set cover albums that were like a spoof off of the Kiss separate ones. I don't know. Yeah, we'll see what happens. I mean, it'd be good for you guys if like this Kiss show actually turns out to be a thing.
It'd be good if Kiss just actually ended.
I know.
Yeah.
There's
Charles
so
would
many. There's so
Go
many
to the
of them.
retirement, like Charles says, go to the retirement home. We're tired of this shit.
Yeah.
Motley Crue also. But
yeah, Crew, I don't know, Def Leppard. There's a bunch. All those
Def
bands.
Leppard can still perform though.
They're still
No,
good.
they can't.
They're still
I don't
good.
know.
No.
They're still good.
I don't know.
No, they're not.
You
But
guys
don't-
know how I feel about all those bands anyway, so I'm like, I don't care. But
Def Leppard can
But-
still perform, and
yeah,
No, they can't.
Them and Poison and Joan Jett got the best reviews.
Poison.
Hey, you gave Bret Michaels crazy. You gave him props on Poison for giving a fuck.
Yeah, but only you like them.
No, I got other people. I'm not going to name names because then you're going, there's Mark naming names again. He's
Yeah,
trying to
they're
back himself up.
They're in witness protection. They don't admit that shit.
Of course they are. Hey, Andy, you have any thoughts on that?
Oh yeah, well, just like Charles was saying, I hope that's true, and that they have enough integrity not to go on stage with the backing tracks or whatever they're using right now, because back in the day, man, though, you know, I'm a Kiss fan up to a point, but man, those original albums with the original four were just so kick ass, man. You know, and you know, I just hope that they say no and it stays like that. And, you know, and I hope that they do end it on a high note, you know, with whatever they're going to finish with at Madison Square Garden.
No,
Yeah.
they're not finishing at Madison Square Garden.
No,
There's
they
like
added more
20
shows.
dates after that.
they added more. Of course they did.
That I'm already upset.
I'm
I
upset.
told you they're not going away. They're not going away. They're not.
As long as they can get on stage and play and make money, if they can walk to a microphone, they're gonna play.
It's like,
Look
well,
at like Willie Nelson can still play, but look at him. He's 90 years old and doing a huge outlaw tour again this year. Like he has to sit down now.
Well, those country and
but-
blues artists, man, go
Yeah.
until they die.
Oh my
They
God.
don't stop.
I just saw, we went to see Buddy Guy the other day. He's going to be 87 next month, and he was phenomenal. He still can shred. He has the cutest stories. His voice is still good. He likes to swear at the audience. It was hilarious. I mean, he's just amazing still.
Yeah.
And he's going to be 87. So
Nice.
I don't know. Kiss,
Well-
though, I mean, that's a different kind of music. Like any kind of screaming rocker stuff.
They don't
Well,
scream.
they're
They don't
using
scream.
tapes.
They don't
They're
scream.
using
Yeah.
tapes.
Yeah, they're using a tape.
Yeah.
But then you go
Yeah.
see like Halford, who's literally the same age as my
Oh my
dad,
God.
and
God.
Halford can still scream his ass off. Like,
So can Jeff Tate. Jeff Tate's voice has gotten better, man.
Mhm.
It's like I wish Jeff Tate and Queensrÿche could get back together. I do
When
love
we-
me some Todd, but come on.
yeah,
DeGarmo come back in. That'd be awesome for me. But what I think about this, man, as you guys know, I'm a casual Kiss fan, but I'm a Kiss fan. I'm going to give Kiss some props here. In the 70s, nobody sounded like Kiss. Nobody looked like Kiss. Kiss had their own fucking personality compared to Aerosmith, compared to any bands during that time, during the 70s. But then they fucking started changing with everything that was getting popular. I think if they would have stayed the way they were, maybe get a little heavier, they would have been awesome.
Mhm.
Like they did on Creatures and Lick It Up, you know, and then they went glam, which I like. I'm not going to say what I like because that's a review coming up on the Freeform Rock podcast. I can't, with the great Jeff Beers, so look forward to that one. But I can't say that. But I'm just thinking, just stop, go away, and fucking thank you, Ace, because I've seen him twice at the small 200 club down the street.
Mhm.
He fucking rules. And that's where I saw LA Guns too, Charles. So bleh.
Yeah.
I saw Ace at a brewery. It was pretty cool.
Man, Ace rules, man. I got those pictures of him. He's got smoke coming on his guitar.
Mhm.
Really good ones, man. And
I got so plastered Eddie Trunk. Eddie Trunk was there, and my wife goes, "I'm surprised you didn't throw up on Eddie Trunk." I couldn't.
I've been watching their new show that rocks, that metal that metal show, guys. You know, what is it, Jameson and the other dude? That's a pretty good fucking show. They did their top 6 Van Halen albums, and they only picked one Van Hagar album each, so the rest were rock. So that tells you something. And 5150 was higher on one of the guys' and they talk shit about OU812.
5150, that album sucks, dude.
Well, two of them picked 5150. I think Don Jameson picked the fuck album higher. So
well, they're all dumb.
They should have more Sammy Hagar song albums.
Hey,
I don't need to watch.
Sammy Hagar will be on that show in 2 weeks on YouTube. That rocks.
Oh,
Michael Anthony was on there last night, and Blabbermouth's already got on there saying that he said that Roth was bipolar. I watched a fucking show. It wasn't bad. All he said is, I think David Lee Roth was bipolar. He's like, we were all getting along during the day, blah, 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 blah. And then at night, we're getting a knock at the door. Our security guards have David Lee Roth in a straitjacket, and he's like, mumbling. We didn't know what the fuck was going on. And then Michael Anthony says, well, David Lee Roth could never handle Jack Daniels as well as I could. It wasn't bad. It was like he was telling a memory. He wasn't putting David Lee Roth, but the headline said that, kind of suggesting that he was talking shit about David. He wasn't. It was pretty cool.
No.
Yeah. Check out Matt Anthony's Cafe Hot Sauces if you guys like that. I love Michael Anthony, man. But let's get to the next one. Twisted Sisters, Dee Snider. I'm not Vince Neil. I'm the guy who can put together a sentence and express himself. Let's start with you, Andy.
I don't understand why these old guys have to talk shit about each other just to stay in the press.
I'm just gonna say this happened when they were young too. They always talk shit about other bands, like rappers back in the day did the same thing when they were at their prime. So this is not new.
Yeah, well, whatever. I don't know anything about Vince Neil off the stage. I don't know. That's just, you can skip me on this one, really.
All right. Charles, you always like to talk shit about Vince. Go for it.
I don't know what Dee Snider's talking about.
He said
I know what he said, but I don't.
Well, because he said he's coherent. Vince Neil is not. That's what I got out of it.
I've never really noticed that about Vince Neil.
He says, I didn't kill a lot of my brain cells with drink and drugs.
Well, that
was the other.
That could be true. Yeah, he's a teetotaler.
You don't see Vince. You don't see fucking Dee Snider go up there. Yabba dabba do kick. Stop. Yabba dabba kick my heart.
But you also,
it's funny.
You also don't see Dee Snider anywhere.
Yeah, he made some new solo albums. He has played some shows.
But I'm giving your boys credit. They're touring all around the world.
Yeah.
Troops.
Yeah.
So great tape band again, and doing their thing. But he's far more relevant than Dee Snider at this point, in this moment in time.
He's always been more relevant than Dee Snider. Yeah. Sorry, I love Twisted Sister. Yeah, I got this guy's photo, Eddie Hojeda, fucking asshole.
I don't know. There's something about Dee Snider. I like him, but times he can get on my nerves. So
yeah, me and Jerry are still pissed off about our autograph photo. Sorry, Andy.
No, I just said that Dee Snider sometimes thinks he's better than everybody else.
He does.
Yeah.
And a lot of his longtime fans, like Bushy, are getting pissed off at him. But what do you think about that, Kate?
Oh, I can't remember what comedian said it, but it was when Crew was on tour without Slash, and they were like, who's touring? The Fatty Magoo and Not Slash band? I was like, oh my God. I can't think of who it was, but shout out to that joke because it's amazing. But I don't know. That's Crew's another one of the bands that I'm like, whatever about. Dee, I know, can be a pistol, but shout out to Dee for fighting the power when all the shit was going down in those trials to get the parental advisory on
him
CDs
and Frank Zappa, man.
It's Zappa and freaking Sunshine on My Shoulders,
John Denver.
John Denver.
Yeah, John Denver.
But
too long ago.
You have D come in a suit, and he comes and blows their freaking hair back by being well educated and well spoken and eloquent in a court setting. And they're like, what the fuck, you know? And the whole thing starts from the original Karen Tipper Gore, who can't be bothered to listen to an album that her kid is going to listen to, and it's freaking Purple Rain by Prince that she like shit herself because there's a bunch of like
Darling Nikki.
Yeah, exactly.
Did you ever hear the story when I was a kid and we were in a car going down to SeaWorld and I put in Purple Rain, I put in Darling Nikki, and my aunt looks at me and she goes, Mark, do you know what that song is about? I go, it's Prince, it fucking rules. And then
you don't know when you're a kid, it's like this.
25 years later, I'm listening to this is about masturbation. My God, I feel like stupid, even though I don't talk to her anymore. But I just go, oh my God. But yeah, sorry,
oh
Kate. I had to say
no,
that.
you're fine. No. I want to know the story. It's funny because the one day I had a really nice copy and I was here play testing it, and it was like probably summertime. I had the windows open, and then there's all the like hot sex sounds, and I'm like, I have the volume at like 60 and my setup is fucking loud, and I'm like, oh my God, the windows are open, all the neighbors are probably like, what the hell is happening?
I used to put my speaker in my window. I could slide it over when the school kids got off the bus so they could hear. I put in Rush, like Tom Sawyer, I put in some Metallica. This is what you bitches should be listening to. I used to wait for them to get off the bus, play it out through my speaker, and they would stop and listen. I watched them.
You're like, wait a minute. Uncle Mark's after school special.
I used to go to that same bus, so I knew what time they came on.
Oh my God, that's funny. Yeah. I don't know. I mean, D, I got to give him credit. I mean, I guess he's obviously probably being sassy. I don't know why these older dudes get this like pissing contest thing.
Yeah,
but
exactly.
They did it when they were younger also.
That's a guy thing though. I was talking about that earlier because there's that Ralph Sutton. Do you guys know that Sex, Drugs, and Rock and Roll podcast? Do you guys ever listen to that?
No.
He had an older radio show, but this is one that he does with a comedian that we like named Big J Okerson. But he posted a thing about gatekeeping. He's like, it was a shirt that was said like normalize gatekeeping. And I was like, oh my God, being a broad in the record vinyl community or like doing these podcasts. And I'm like, you know, gatekeeping's alive and well, and men do it to each other. That's a big thing with the pissing contest, or you knew this band before I knew this band, or like
we don't do that. We just make fun of the other bands that we don't like.
And it's like
fine. I get extreme all the time. So
yes,
I'm cool.
You love to pick on extreme. No, you guys don't. You guys are having fun with it, but I feel like these older, like, you know, glam rock guys or metal guys are getting personal, where it's like, oh, well, I didn't do enough drugs and alcohol to fuck up my brain, so I'm good and I can make a coherent sentence. And it's like, okay, like pump the brakes a little. But yeah, that's all I got. I don't know. I give him a lot of credit, but he probably is being too sassy.
So Jerry, the only opinion that matters, what do you think about this?
This news story is even below us. I mean, who cares?
There's a lot of fans out there.
I mean, Dee Snider as a vocalist destroys Vince Neil as a rock and roll singer. Mm-hmm. But other than that, I got no opinion on the two. So next.
All right. So then I agree with both of you. I like both Dee Snider and I like old Motley Crue. But look, he's got a background. Fuck, he's over the fucking planet. Right on, Charles.
Charles,
he's way above us now. The star is a star in the sky now.
Yeah.
he's not fading in and out either. How are you doing there?
Yeah, you're doing good.
Sometimes you move and you start fading away a little bit.
Yeah.
You know?
I know, dude. He's a star, man. He's got it all working out.
That's right.
Charles, you gotta send that to Ed and Eric.
Yeah.
The last pod we did together, we did Rock All Over You, and they wouldn't stop about Charles fighting aliens in Poland. So this is just proving their point.
Hey, Charles is my hero, along with Jerry. So I love them both. Let's get to Dave Mustaine, flapping his strap again, says Marty seems to be the only one ever amounted to anything. No offense to the other guys, but that's the facts. Look at what Marty fucking did with his sales and what they did. What do you think about that, Andy?
Again, these old guys are talking shit about their bands that helped them out, man. I mean, these were dudes that were in your band. You're talking shit because they weren't big names. I mean, whatever, Dave. Shit. Just play music. Just tour. Just, these guys have to talk shit about people. I don't understand it. Just, I don't like it. I really don't.
I'm going to get the next story be away from talking shit. But what do you think about that, Charles?
I think he's being just practical to what Marty's done with his Japanese career and all that. I don't. Well, what he did, the whole J-pop
sucks.
thing.
Oh fuck.
I mean, it don't. Don't matter.
Well, to me, it sucks.
Doing
if you like K-pop, enjoy. Go ahead.
It's not K-pop. It's J-pop.
Yeah, that's different.
Right.
K-pop's Korean.
Oh, what did he do in Japan? It was some pop, wasn't it?
J-pop.
K-pop. Whatever. It's the same thing, isn't it?
No.
Okay.
Different countries and all.
No, I'm talking about the same type of music, though. It's just,
pop music still. Yes.
So,
I agree.
He's probably made more than he might have made equal to Megadeth on his own, I think, over there. He's made his own niche and whatever. I don't know. It's about as dumb as the D. Snyder story.
This one might be a little worse.
Hey, I ask you guys to give me some bullshit, so I just pull whatever I find. So if you want better stories, give it to me.
You didn't. You didn't write the story. I'm not bitching at you. I'm just saying it's a stupid fucking thing he said.
I'm just making sure. I'm just making sure.
Mustaine's always saying dumb shit, like like he's crying about not Metallica all the time. Like I said, that kind of shit. At least he ain't crying about Metallica,
David Elvison's hitting back at him lately, so they're going back and forth.
Oh man, who cares about him? Man,
Bring back Journey news.
Yeah.
Ooh, some Megadeth drummer died this week. I don't remember who he was. Was he on an album?
The first one, I think.
I don't know.
Nah, that wasn't the original drummer, was it?
Yeah, I think it was. I don't know.
Was it?
I don't know. I didn't read the story because I didn't know who he was. I suck. But Kate, what do you think about that?
Is Mustaine like notoriously sassy? I don't.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yes.
I could probably name like 4 Megadeth songs, but I know he's sassy. And then I don't know. Unless you're talking about Marty Robbins, I don't know what Marty. I don't know what
Marty Friedman was a guitar player in the band.
Okay. I'm like,
and he's
I
really
don't know what
good.
Marty you're talking about. All right.
Marty Robbins.
Well, go check out his J-pop. You might like his J-pop stuff.
I'm not into J or K or C-Rel pop. I don't follow any of that.
Fall Out Boy, Mark. I can't believe you said that.
Fuck Fall Out Boy.
Well, maybe
Fall Out Boy.
Fall Out Boy.
I don't know. You like a lot of alternatives, so I don't know if you don't like Fall Out Boy. You like a lot of stuff I don't like. So
I'll mess with a lot of stuff, but I don't like Fall Out Boy. And I was, like I said, I was the perfect age for it, and I still hated it. So
I just got a new story. Just reminded me. Jerry, what do you think about that?
I don't give a shit, dude.
That's it. You always have something, because you say that, and you go, wait, and then when I want to make sure you're done.
Hey, Ann and Nancy Wilson are back together doing another Hard album. That's more fucking important.
Oh, wow,
that's good.
Yeah, they are. But I don't give a shit. This is just funny stuff in the news. Fucking Dave's always been Dave, so he's always making headlines, even when he was fucking in his 20s. He's still saying shit like that. But Kate reminded me of a story. Fall Out Boy redid "We Didn't Start the Fire" by Billy Joel. What do you think about that, Andy?
It's a piece of shit.
That won't be on your list tonight, huh?
Is that a dishonorable mention?
Dishonorable mention, big time. It just came out yesterday.
Honorable band.
Yikes. What was the cover we were bitching about? A Green Day cover? What did they do? What was that? The Fall Out Boy cover you sent us. Was it a Green Day cover? I can't even remember.
No, they
No,
did.
Billy Joel.
Billy Joel.
No. The other day. It wasn't Billy Joel.
I didn't send that.
Somebody was talking about, I think it's a Green Day cover. And I was like, it is abysmal. I can't remember. Whatever. I don't know. I derailed us. Whatever.
Yeah. Charles, what do you think about that?
Who's Fall Out Boy?
Yeah, thank you. Exactly. Hey, they're filling up arenas with 2 other bands this summer. So I don't know.
A bunch of people my age still like.
Are they 90s or 2000s?
2000s.
2000s. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. They were 2004, 2003.
Yeah, it hit when I was in high school, and that was like.
Well, what was their biggest song? For real, I don't know.
Something Sugar? I don't know.
Yeah. Hang on, I have to look it up. Even I
thought Sugar was System of a Down.
No,
there's. Oh, what the fuck is it? That
Sugar, we're going down. What Andy said.
Down in a merry-go-round or whatever the fuck it is.
What?
I don't know it.
It's a pile of shit. It's a pile of shit.
You know what the worst band from that
and that's
era?
Their biggest hit.
I don't know if they were before. They were before that era because they were on MTV doing all things metal. Good Charlotte. What a fucking travesty of a fucking band. They weren't good, and they look like idiots. But
what movie were they in? What movie did they come out in? Good Charlotte.
I have no idea. It must have been something.
Movie.
Oh yeah, they played. They played at a prom.
Did they do that Transformers song?
Band. Huh?
Did they do that soundtrack?
I Can't Hardly Wait. Were they in that?
Nuh-uh.
Scooby Doo.
No, they were on Not Another Teen Movie.
Oh, I like that movie, but I hated that scene.
Yeah,
I like that movie with the guys with the chainsaw shaving, or
Yeah.
Randy Quaid's a huge drunk in there. I love movies like that. But who was next on this, Kate? We went.
Isn't he a huge drunk in everything?
I guess so. Cousin Eddie. Jerry, what do you think about the Billy Joel cover?
I never even heard it, so I got no opinion on it. I like the Billy Joel song, but
I love the Billy
Joel
song.
Let me just tell you, they updated it from when Billy Joel stopped in 1989, 89 to present. So they added new stuff into it that's happened since then, and it fucking sucks.
Oh, really?
Kardashians and Taylor Swift.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yikes.
Stuff like that. It's just
it's gotten worse since then.
Yes.
You're right.
Well, they suck anyways, but yeah, that's what I'm just gonna say. If we want to update to that song, Billy Joel, make an update, bitch.
Yeah, I like it.
I love Billy Joel, but let's get to something that's not old men going after each other. James Cameron is reportedly in the midst of writing a new script for a new Terminator movie. What do you think of that, Andy?
Well, the last Terminator movie I saw was Terminator 3. So I don't know how many more there was after 3.
Well, there was Salvation, and then there was that
Genesis.
Genesis, and then there was the other one where Sarah Connor came back.
Dark Fate.
Yeah. I watched them all.
I missed 3 more.
So you watched it up to Rise of the Machines.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
That was badass.
I liked it. I liked Rise of the Machines. Pretty damn cool.
And that's odd because I really don't pay attention to movies like that much. Yeah. The science fiction kind of thing. But dude, I loved part 1 so much. So.
I love science fiction. Ooh. Charles, what do you think about that?
I haven't liked them since Terminator 2, so I really don't care.
You didn't watch the Christian Bale Salvation one?
Sucked.
Oh, yeah, that one was pretty bad. That one
I like that one. Genesis was
terrible.
Stupid because it showed like a very bad CGI young Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Yeah, no.
Like, was it Arnold in 3? I don't even remember.
Yeah, he's in all of them.
Yeah,
he's in all of them.
No, he isn't in Salvation. He isn't in Salvation.
He was, yeah.
He was, yeah. Yeah, he wasn't in Salvation.
Well, he was in 3.
Yeah, he was.
He
Sure.
was in 3. He wasn't in Salvation. He was in Genesis.
They did a Photoshop of him in that.
Okay, but that wasn't him. He didn't act in it.
It was his, but he was in the movie though.
But he didn't act. He didn't act in it like he did with Genesis.
He doesn't act in any of them.
The technicality.
God. You don't like fucking.
Dude, I love the Terminator. I'm sorry, Kay, I'm gonna get mine out of the way real quick. I love the Terminator. I love the Terminator. I love the Terminator. Keep them coming. I'll watch them. I love all of them.
I watched all of them. No, but you didn't like fucking
head for the chopper.
Chopper.
Sorry, Kay. I went out of turn there.
The first R-rated movie.
I am actually interested in your opinion, though.
Loved Predator.
Awesome. Predator was awesome. I chickened out as a kid and saw Ghostbusters for the 4th
Jesse
time.
Ventura. I ain't got time to bleed.
Then I saw that on HBO when I skipped school, and Predator ruled.
Running Man.
Running Man fucking rules with fucking Richard Dawson. What an evil dude.
Man, just so many great movies he made.
I love Kindergarten Cop, man.
Yeah.
Commando, that was awesome.
I love fucking Last Action Hero, Jeff Beers.
I did too.
Total Recall.
Total Recall rules. That's why I was going. But the remake sucked.
Junior.
All right. Well, let's get back.
Twins, though. I did like Twins.
Twins was funny. Yeah.
Twins is funny.
Twins was out. They've been trying to make a sequel to that with Eddie Murphy in it for years. I heard.
That'd be weird.
Yeah.
All right.
No. Let's get to.
Kate didn't mention anything about the Terminator.
New photo of Axl Rose and Slash in the studio. Online fans are freaking out about. We covered this on this on Freeform on Saturday. But I was so fucking wasted. I don't know what the fuck we talked about on Saturday on the Freeform Rock Podcast YouTube channel. But what do you think about that, Andy? Slash and Axl caught in the studio.
Wow. There's certain bands that should just stop. And who cares what kind of new music to come out with? With them and the new Wasp coming out, it's just, I'm going to love the way the Guns N' Roses were, and I don't want to hear anything new that's going to come out.
We were.
Because I love the way they're smart being out in the streets and just having that aggression. You can't be 61 and 59 with the same kind of appetite that they had. No, I'm going to pass.
Well, but Slash is kicking ass with fucking Slash with Miles Kennedy and the Conspirators. That band is way better than Guns N' Roses.
Oh, Lord. There you go with that shit again.
They make new music.
Miles Kennedy out stadiums.
It doesn't matter. It's a better band right now.
Guns N' Roses sells out stadiums.
It doesn't matter. I'm just saying that Slash, his solo band is way better than.
I agree.
It does. You got like 5. You and other 5 other people go, man.
No, Jerry disagrees with me.
You're always one up in this Miles Kennedy dude, man. Who cares?
I fucking love Alter Bridge. I love his solo shit.
I'm a fan.
Yeah.
I don't like his vocals. They don't match the music.
It does. You don't match the music.
I think it's a great singer.
What do you mean by that? You don't match the music. Okay.
Takes one to know one.
Yeah, I don't match the music either. Charles, what do you think about this, man?
I said it Saturday. They were just visiting. Don't worry. They were just visiting, saying hello. They don't make new music. Now I'm going to be a gentleman and turn it over to Kate because you skipped her on Terminator, by the way.
I did? Oh, Kate.
Yeah.
What about Terminator, Kate?
That was my fault. I'm sorry, Kate. I went ahead of you. I apologize.
He did. Fine. So go ahead, Kate. You confused me.
I tried to get her back in. I'm doing it again.
Yeah.
Terminator and another subject.
Okay, so I don't know how I feel about a new Terminator. I know I saw Salvation in the theater and I legit could not tell you any of the plot or remember anything about it. And shout out Jingle All the Way.
Oh yeah, good one too. Sinbad, right? Sinbad.
Funny, hell yeah. Cute Christmas movie. Yeah.
Jingle
Oh
all
my
the way.
God.
I love
I think-
Sinbad.
I think I like him up through 3, I want to say. I know I saw Salvation, but I legit could not tell you anything about it. And Total Recall sweet, and Predator when he does a Chosky and he says this shit'll make you a sexual Tyrannosaurus. Yes, that he has not what Jesse Ventura, that's who has the best quotes in that. Oh my God. Yeah. I don't know. I love Schwarzenegger stuff. My dad was obsessed with him. He had like this huge human size poster hanging in his office forever on the back of the door. And I'm like, I think my dad's a little too into Arnold Schwarzenegger, maybe, but whatever. Yeah, I don't know. Schwarzenegger's had a great career. And then to be like governor and all the other weird shit that he's done in his life. I mean, I don't know.
He was a horrible governor. Just letting you know. I would live here. In
yeah, not great governor, but
he was better than Gray Davis.
No, Gray Davis was awesome.
Do you think he's better than the guy you have now?
You don't want to get into that, do you? No,
I don't. No,
I don't like a guy named Gruesome.
But I wonder who was a better governor, Arnold Schwarzenegger or Jesse Ventura.
Oh, damn. Andy's pulling it out. Yes, Jesse Ventura was too. That's pretty wild. Yeah.
Minnesota.
The problem that Arnold had when it was a Democratic like, what do you call? He couldn't get nothing done because they'd outvote him. They would veto him.
Yep.
So
getting vetoed every time.
That was his problem. Yeah. So.
Yeah.
Oh, this reminds me of a movie I made.
The Governator. He's the Governator.
Come after you.
So what do you think about Guns N' Roses being in the studio?
Another one where I'm like a band that I don't care. Like, sure, some of their hits are fine, but they could have just been having a cocktail and some like a whiskey or something, or a Cialis or a Blue Chew or something. Cialis. I don't know.
No, I don't need Cialis. I'm good.
I don't know. I don't care. Whatever. If they make something happen that's not a pile of shit, that'd be cool. I would hope that for their fans.
Yeah, I agree.
It won't matter. It won't matter. Mark will say Miles Kennedy's better anyway. No matter what they do.
I'm just saying now.
No, you've always said.
I like Miles Kennedy.
Like they did November Rain, Miles Kennedy.
November Rain rules, and so does Estranged, man.
Oh,
up from Appetite to Use Your Illusions, they are better than Alter Bridge and Slash, but after that, they are not. So I'm getting
Alter Bridge isn't bad.
They have one album after that.
Well, they had Chinese. Well, they had that spaghetti incident, and
a real album.
I like Chinese. I like Chinese Democracy, but it's not in the realm of those 3 albums.
No. Who's the other guy in Alter Bridge? Is that Mark Tremonti or someone?
It's Creed with a new singer.
Yeah, it's Creed without Scott Stapp.
Yeah, it's Creed without Scott Stapp.
Mark Tremonti's from Michigan. I talked about this in our like state by state app that we did on Black Spinner, but check out Mark Tremonti's crooner stuff because he does some like Sinatra covers.
He does a Sinatra album, yeah.
Yeah, dude, they're on the level. He's really good. But yeah, I like Alter Bridge. Creed is, but it's funny.
I love Creed, man. I love Creed. I like Alter Bridge better. I like Alter Bridge better. But,
you guys know, if you guys know the comedian Bert Kreischer, the Machine, he was originally supposed to be in Creed, and then they were like, it's not going to work out really. And then they went to Scott Stapp.
I love Scott Stapp. His solo albums rule too.
On the first time I heard Creed, I was like, man, this new Pearl Jam sucks. That was horrible.
Fuck, I feel attacked.
Hey, I used to like Creed before I found.
I love Scott Stapp. Sorry. Not sorry.
Oh well. He's fine. Whatever.
Yeah, I don't care. You could tell me, Mark, you're stupid. Scott Stapp sucks. You know, you could tell me.
I used to like Creed. I have to admit, I used to like them. I don't listen to them now. Alter Bridge is much better, but
Alter Bridge is much better.
Yeah. Oh yeah, they are.
So is Mark Tremonti's solo band where he had Wolfgang in there called Tremonti for a little bit. That's pretty harder.
You got Scott Stapp's solo albums.
Yes, I do.
Yikes.
The first one is great. The second one not as great. I love the first one. I fucking
God bless your heart.
Shut up.
You can put a pile of shit in the CD and Phil Mark would buy it, man.
Jerry, what do you think of the Guns N' Roses?
You know what? I've bitched and moaned how come they haven't come out with any new music. So I have to, if they come out with new music, great, because I've been bitching about them coming out with new music. So if they do, I'll listen to it,
Well, if it's better than Absurd and Old School, I'll be fucking happy. I've been telling you guys this forever. I want them to come out with an album that they are on fire. That they're on fire.
I still think their main songwriter, they've missed this guy since he left.
Well, they need to get Izzy back in the band for sure.
And Izzy's got to get back on heroin, and it's not going to happen.
Exactly. Motley Crue, much better on drugs.
Aerosmith, much better on drugs.
I like the 90s Aerosmith, man.
Well,
you have like the big promotional vinyl of Don't Want to Miss a Thing, don't you?
No, I don't.
You play it all the time.
I've told you guys several times, I hate that song.
No, you don't.
I hate that song.
Your viewer.
I liked it when it first came out, but I'm listening.
Dude, you were there with the lighter in the air.
No, fuck no, dude. I only saw them on the Permanent Vacation and the Pump tour. So there was no I Want to Miss a Thing for me to put a fucking lighter out.
Mark
is
likes
that band going to be here too?
Hey, Steven Tyler still sounds amazing.
The Nine Lives era is Mark's
I love Nine
Aerosmith.
Lives, man.
That's his Aerosmith.
Just Push Play wasn't that good. Nine Lives, Falling in Love is Hard on the Knees. Taste of India fucking rules on that album. Gotta love the sweet taste of it. Fucking love that shit. And I don't like the sitar. Sorry.
Mark has the Armageddon movie poster hanging ceiling above his bed.
I have the movie. I have the two set creatine collection.
Oh.
I don't look there for this song.
Criterion.
Yeah, I have that. I have the RoboCop rated X version too. So that's cool.
Shit, dog.
Yeah, it's so violent.
Dude, old RoboCop. When you watch it and you see the CGI, it is so bad. But when you saw it as a kid, it was like, holy shit!
It was amazing. RoboCop.
It blew your mind.
It was so good. It at least had a storyline. All this new stuff, it's just crappy. There's the writing is horrible. It's just explosion after explosion.
That's like Total Recall when you saw the.
It might be bad, but at least the storylines were good.
Jerry, who played the new McCoy in the movies?
Carl Urban.
If you guys ever watched the new Dredd, that is way better than the Stallone's version of Judge Dredd.
Dredd.
Carl Urban rules in that movie. Sorry. He's a better
Dredd. That's rough. Demolition Man's rough.
I love Demolition.
I like Demolition Man.
I love Demolition Man.
But it's like one that you like it, but it's, I don't know, it's bad.
Have you seen the new Dredd with Carl Urban? That movie got good reviews though.
No, I'll have to watch it.
You should check it out. Dredd. Yeah. It's just called Dredd. Carl Urban. It's
Judge Dredd was.
The only thing good in Judge Dredd was fucking that comedian from Saturday Night Live, Rob Schneider. He's the only one that made the movie. And he was and it was funny that he was in fucking Demolition Man.
That's weird. Yeah. Oh my God. Yeah, I wouldn't have thought of that.
Yeah, but Sandra Bullock was in Demolition Man. She
was. Yeah.
Spy Kids was awesome.
Speed. I've probably seen Speed about 400,000 times.
Yeah. Second one sucks.
Yeah, Stallone's the greatest actor of all time.
Dude, his new show is great. Not the one with his kids.
Tulsa Kings.
Yeah.
The one I watched. What did I watch? Cliffhanger. That's the one my parents were obsessed with. That.
I love that movie.
Seen that a million times.
All right, man. So let's get to the show, Jerry. What are we doing again?
We're doing the top 11 of our favorite cover songs. Whoops, can't see me.
Woo!
And,
yeah.
Panel for tonight. This is going to be interesting. I have a feeling we're going to have a very diverse selections for all of us. I mean, all of us are going to be diverse in our picks. So let's get it going.
I kind of went with what would you guys pick, and I picked something different because there's so many good cover songs. Well, fuck off.
Let's see. Let's see how many. Let's see if mine's all Oasis. Let's see.
I hope not. That's gonna suck. But I didn't. Spoiler: I did not pick one Oasis cover on here.
Oh wow, big shock.
Charles's list is all Oasis covers.
Because I knew I knew Charles would pick an Oasis. Why would I have to pick an Oasis?
Yeah, maybe. We'll see.
Yeah, Charles is gonna love the cover of Machine Gun Kelly and another dude doing Champagne. I'm sure that's on his list.
I know all you guys have Miley Cyrus doing Smells Like Teen Spirit on your list, so it's fine.
Hey, she did do a good version from Black Mirror, Head Like a Hole by Nine Inch Nails. That was pretty good. I'll give her that. But that is not on my list. But let's start with you.
Number one.
Andy, what's your number 11?
Number 11. I don't know. Kate had mentioned Green Day, and I didn't mention this at all, but Green Day off of Kerplunk covered My Generation by The Who. And I love it. I think it's fantastic.
I think Oasis's would be better. I sent it around today, but that's okay.
Oh yeah. I did see that. I was going to reply back with the Green Day one, but I said, no, I'll put this on there tonight. So I didn't put out.
So Charles,
I will now.
So Charles, what's your number 11?
Oh, you put Green Day on. I didn't know. I thought you were being funny. Oh, okay.
I like Green Day. Good one, Andy.
Thank you.
As long as it wasn't Behind Blue Eyes by Limp Bizkit, I'm okay with that one. Charles, I hope one of you guys didn't pick that. Charles, what's your number 11?
Well, this is my number 11 here. Not Oasis. From a dude that made 6 of the greatest albums of all time with a little band called Van Halen, but it's not Van Halen. David Lee Roth, Just a Gigolo.
Good one.
Love it. Absolutely love it.
Louis Prima.
Yeah.
Louis Prima. Holy shit. Yeah.
I love that song, man. So great cover.
Yeah, if you look at my page that I put all of our shit on my page where I said I'm not as good as your podcast, I put David Lee Roth right there. So that's cool. But Kate, what's your number 11?
I did Angel from Montgomery by Bonnie Raitt. The original is John Prine in 1971. Rates dropped in 74 on her Streetlight album, but it's one of her most famous songs. And I think a lot of people don't even realize that it's a John Prine cover. But it's been covered by John Denver, Carly Simon, James Taylor, Tracy Chapman. I mean, Bryan Adams, Dolly, Jackson Brown. I mean, all kinds of people covered it.
He did cover that song, didn't he?
Mm-hmm.
I love Jackson Brown.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but Bonnie Raitt's cover is amazing. I mean, this is before I ever found out about John Prine. I was listening to hers because my mom really liked that album. So as a kid, I was hearing that. Yeah. Solid cover.
So what's your number 11, Jerry?
It's from a band I don't really care much, but I actually really, really love their version of this song. I got to go with Weezer's version of Africa by Toto.
That's a good.
Really like that.
I thought Charles would pick that version. One.
I love the little electric in the chorus that they added. There were heavy distorted electric in the chorus. I liked it. Like I said, I'm not a huge fan of them, but I enjoyed that cover, man. Good job.
I did not pick that on my list because
I really thought you would.
That's what Weezer's kind of become now as a covers band. So I have mixed emotions about that song. It was a very good cover, though.
Right.
And then we got Weird Al in the video. Of course, it's going to be awesome. I mean, come on.
Did you guys all watch that Weird Al movie?
Yes, I thought it was awesome.
I haven't yet.
It's so good. Great. We were talking.
It's great. He made a parody of his own life, dude.
I wanted to mention it when we were talking about Madonna because Evan Rachel Wood does an amazing Madonna. So you guys should watch it. It's very fun.
Yeah, dude.
It's worth your time.
He makes a parody of his own life. How amazing is that? That's fucking insane.
It's really fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I watched it when it first came out on the Roku channel, but now it's everywhere. So my number 11
Yeah, it's your turn.
One of the bands, it's the John Bush version of fucking Anthrax. And Anthrax does the best covers of any band, in my opinion, besides the mighty some other band. I'll get to you later.
Then why are they number 11?
They're number 11 because there's better ones than this. No, they make great
You said
covers.
they make the best.
The rest of the list
the best,
is
but not the
Anthrax.
best.
Wouldn't
But
they
they're
be
one of
number
the
one?
any cover they made was awesome. And the John Bush era on it was a B-side from one of the tracks off The Sound of White Noise. They did Cheap Trick's classic Auf Wiedersehen with John Bush. Fucking amazing cover. I love that fucking song. I love their version. That's the only one Brian Davis has on fucking when I ask him for Cheap Trick. He doesn't like Cheap Trick that much. That's what I get from him. Is Auf Wiedersehen by Anthrax. So then we get to your number.
He doesn't like Cheap Trick. How does he survive?
I don't know, man. You should
I don't know.
What's the name of the song again, Mark?
Auf Wiedersehen. Anthrax does a killer version of Auf Wiedersehen. You know that song by Cheap Trick, right?
No, I don't.
It goes, bye-bye, so long, farewell.
Like the Sound of Music. Like the Sound of Music.
Suicide. It's fucking like, it's poppy, but they're talking about committing suicide, dude. Fucking great fucking dark song. Fucking it's off the Heaven Tonight album. Have you heard that album?
Yeah.
That's on there, dude. That's one of the best songs ever on that album, man.
Well, if John Bush or Anthrax could cover I'm Too Sexy, and you would say it's great, because that's the only Anthrax you care about.
Oh, I like Joey Belladonna.
Yeah.
Well, we'll get to that on a review coming up.
Yeah.
So then we get to your number 10. Hold on. Something went weird. Andy, what's your number 10?
My number 10 is going to be by the band Cake off the Fashion Nugget album when they did I Will Survive by Gloria Gaynor. The horn battling the guitar back and forth, the solos at the end, fantastic. So that's my number 10 is Cake, I Will Survive.
What's your number 10, Charles?
We mentioned him earlier. We mentioned another band that did this cover earlier, but I'm going to go with the Billy Joel cover of Live and Let Die off the Art of McCartney album. It was almost like he was born to do that song. Huh. It is the absolute best cover of Live and Let Die.
Better than Guns N' Roses?
By far. By far.
He did a great version on the live album called Back in the USSR. That was a great version.
Yeah, but this Live and Let Die, that's a great tribute album anyway, The Art of McCartney.
I need to check that out, man. I never heard of it.
Oh, yeah, that is. It's got a bunch of different artists on there. It's pretty damn cool.
Kiss did Rock Show.
Yeah.
So,
and I think it was for the Music Cares. Is that right?
I think so. I think
right.
so.
One of those things, yeah.
But it was a really good tribute album. But I thought Billy Joel's "Live and Let Die" was fantastic on it. So he's belting it out in that old school Billy way. So
Billy's
damn good.
Yeah. All right, Kate, we get to your number 10.
I went with Me and Bobby McGee by Janis Joplin. It's a Kristofferson original, but he wasn't even the first person to record it. It was Roger Miller recorded it before he did, and Kenny Rogers and Gordon Lightfoot and Charlie Pride. And finally he did it, but Janis did it. And it was her only number one single, but it dropped posthumously. That 1971 is when it dropped after
I didn't even know that was
dead.
a cover. Damn.
I knew it was a cover. I didn't know, but that many people covered it though.
Yeah, it's Kristofferson wrote it, and there's a Fred Foster has a writing credit on it because he gave Kristofferson the idea for it. Check out Kristofferson's version. Check out the Roger Miller version because Bobby McGee was like a like what's the word I want? Like not sex specific name. What's the word I want? Ambiguous name that it could be a male or female singing it about.
Gender neutral.
Gender neutral name. Yes, thank you. Thank you. So, but I read a thing about this that was interesting because it was a posthumous release and obviously a number one hit for her after her death. And the only other song that was like that is Dock of the Bay for Otis Redding. like another song to name that it's just crazy how huge this song. I think it's one of her biggest songs, most famous songs, and it's a cover. Yeah. And I love Kristofferson. Like a lot of my list I picked because I adore the original. And then when you hear a cover that is just as phenomenal, if not better than the original, that's what my list is based off of. So yeah, me and Bobby McGee, Janis Joplin is.
It's gender neutral. It's gender neutral.
Gender neutral.
When It's Love by Van Hagar.
Oh God, I love that song.
The thing is that Kristofferson was broke and he was almost about to call it when he wrote that.
The craziest thing, like
homeless as homeless can be.
Yeah, and Kristofferson was like never popping off till later. He's a Rhodes Scholar. He's has all this education and all this shit backing him, and he just is broke, and he never trusted himself to record any of his songs. Like he'd write these amazing songs and then just not put them out. And there's a bunch of stuff like that he did, and then he finally records it, and it's like, oh, he's phenomenal. Come on, like he's amazing. But
at that time, because he was supposed to go to West Point as a top grad at West Point, and he decided to follow music, and his parents called him a disgrace.
Yep.
And told him never to come back home.
Yeah.
So he was living on the road.
Yeah. And that's how he's on that like periphery of the Outlaws when I always say he's like the periphery of the Outlaw guys. And then, you know, I don't know. I love Kristofferson.
And then he became a movie star in the 70s.
Yeah. Think about him being in like Blade and shit later, like in the 90s. Rules. He's still awesome.
Except Blade 3.
Yeah. But he's in weird stuff, you know. I mean, he's a polymath. He could write a song, he could sing a song, he could act. He's brilliant. Like he's crazy. I don't know. I love Kristofferson.
He's really something.
Oh, Jerry,
what was that movie? Mel Gibson was the star. Chris Christopher was like the main bad guy. Oh shit! What was that movie?
I don't know.
I can't think of it. It was a good movie though.
It wasn't like Lethal Weapon. That was Gary Busey.
Which Lethal Weapon?
Well, Gary Busey, the first one.
I'm just joking. I know it's funny.
Jerry, what's your number 10?
My number 10 is a song you guys probably aren't going to agree with me, but this is a good one. But I think it's a great cover.
London Choir Boys.
Damn it.
Miley Cyrus. Miley Cyrus.
No. It's actually a cover of a Seal song done by Alanis Morissette, Crazy. She does an amazing job of that song. It's better than the original, in my opinion, which is very rare for me to like a cover better than the original. But she does a great job. Amazing vocals on it. Talented singer. I love her. I don't care what anybody says.
Alanis Morissette?
Yeah. Fucking brilliant musician. And a great cover. Check it out.
What is it?
Crazy by Seal.
I love that song. Yeah, you're right. I just want to say Alanis Morissette. You know, I like her like Oasis. I could stand them a little bit. But I get to my number 2.
She's not Miles Kennedy.
No, she isn't. No. And then I get to my number 10. She ain't Ann Wilson. How about that? Ann Wilson.
She ain't no Scott Stapp. She ain't no Scott Stapp.
No, she ain't no Scott Stapp. I get to mine, which everybody's probably going to disagree with it. I don't give a fuck. Because Duran, with their cover of White Lions, rules. I love White Lions.
White Lion song?
Lions. Not lions. Lions. Right? Lions. Lions.
Oh, White
Lions.
Lions.
They still play that.
How low can you go to cover a White Lions?
Fuck off. I love White Lions. But
Duran doing When the Children Cry. That'd be great.
White Lions. Right? Lions. White lions. Yeah, I'm drunk. I drink a lot of whiskey and a shot of tequila. Like, give me a break. Yeah, I love their fucking cover of that. Fucking rules. They still play it live today. When I saw them live, like last year, they played that song live. So then we get to your number 9, Andy.
My number 9 should be Willie Nelson doing a Pearl Jam cover. Just Breathe. I love his cover of Just Breathe. Pearl Jam did it really well. I mean, they both sound good. They both have different meaning to it. They both have different different music accompanied to it. So I'm going with Just Breathe by Willie Nelson.
What's your number 9, Charles?
Well, this one here is probably, well, I don't know. You could say it was beginning and the end of heavy metal, or you could say it was the biggest song in heavy metal as far as being a hit. And we covered this on a review on Freeform. It's Quiet Riot with Come On Feel the Noise.
That's a good one.
First number 1 single from a heavy metal act on the pop charts. So and they did it fantastic. I thought, what's his dude, the singer's name? Mark, it's 3-something in the morning. What was his name?
Kevin DuBrow.
Kevin DuBrow. Yeah. Sounds like Noddy Holder, man.
Yes.
Just with metal backing. That's all. It's
that guy was
great,
from Slade,
great
the
cover.
Noddy Holder. I didn't like him. So.
Yeah, Slade. Well,
I love Slade. Slade was awesome.
I don't like Slade.
Well, of course you don't. You like
That's
white
a
wine.
shocker.
But
you like a lot of like fruity type of music. I'm surprised.
I want to be talking about Mr. Two guys that like ABBA. That's not fruity.
No.
Yeah,
it is fruity.
You're hoping
Bee
for that
Gees,
Duran.
Bee
Duran,
Gees,
Duran.
Saturday Night Live is not fruity.
I'm not saying fruity is
No, it's not.
No, that's not fruity at all.
Oh, whatever.
I'm taking fruity as in just weird type of music.
I need those albums to break.
Nelson.
I love Nelson. Nelson's got great harmonies. Hey, the Bee Gees do got great harmonies, but they're too nasally for me. That's why.
But anyway,
Nelson.
Quiet Riot. Yeah, Nelson. I hope Duran Duran covers Nelson. That would be awesome.
I don't know if your own family listens to Nelson.
I love Nelson, dude. You don't like Ricky Nelson? They have the harmonies of Ricky Nelson, man. That's fucking great. So what's your number 9? I feel attacked on this episode. What's your number 9, Kate?
This episode's called Shit on Everything Mark Likes.
Exactly.
That's every week, though.
Yeah, that's every show. Yeah.
I have some people on my side.
What, 2 or 3?
No, we're actually
More
on
than
your
that.
side. We're on
More
your
than
side more than you think. Well, maybe not, but we're close.
You've got Bushy.
I got Brian Bellows. Yeah. That's all Go ahead, Kate. What's your number 9?
My number 9 is I Will Always Love You by Whitney Houston off the Bodyguard soundtrack. I was about to text you guys in the group chat today that I was like, oh my God, that breakdown. Because I listened to all these, everything I'm talking about, I listened to both versions. And that breakdown, that pause, and then that crescendo, woo, blow your hair back. But this, obviously Dolly Parton's hit 1974. She had it again as a hit when Best Little Whorehouse of Texas came out. So fun fact, 2 times is a Dolly Parton hit. And then 1992, when Whitney drops it, it is another hit. Oh my God. Dolly wanted Patti LaBelle to do this, and Patti LaBelle kind of pushed it off and then later regretted it that she never recorded it. Elvis wanted it, but Elvis would take half of everything for all the rights of it. And Dolly said no, because what? Dolly made this song because she left Porter Wagoner. Porter Wagoner was her mentor and her manager at the time, and she realized she's getting fucked by him figuratively. I don't think literally, maybe literally. Whatever.
I don't think literally.
Whatever. So. I don't think ever literally, but figuratively getting fucked by him. And she decided to leave because she is a smart fucking businesswoman. Leaves, writes this song about him, I Will Always Love You. And Elvis wanted it, and she decided Elvis is going to get all the half the rights to it is a lot of shit, obviously. So she said no. Guess what? Bodyguard soundtrack drops, and Whitney Houston's recording drops. And Dolly says, after that, when everyone told me I was wrong, I made enough money to buy Graceland. So shout out Dolly, brilliant businesswoman. Wow. Everyone thinks she's a ditz and a floozy because the boobs and the blonde hair, but she absolutely brilliant.
I don't think a lot of people think that. I don't think that of her at all.
I love Dolly. Dolly's a saint. I always say she is Saint Dolly, saint of perpetual kindness. but
on this track, I love this version by Whitney.
Oh my God. But, it's Whitney's song. When Whitney does it, it is Whitney's song.
There's a country song version of it out there too, I think.
Yeah, Leanne Rimes covers it, and I think Linda Ronstadt covers it, and there's a bunch of covers, but I think bigger ones like saying Leanne Rimes and like Linda Ronstadt and people like that cover. But
what Whitney has said about that song that it was written by Dolly, but she emulates Linda Ronstadt. The way that she sings it,
the way Linda did it. Yes.
Did.
Yep. Oh my God, but. Man, I could gush about this, but Whitney's version, like how many people think it's Whitney's song and have no idea it's Dolly's
I did
song?
Till I found out later,
There's one I'll talk about that I had no idea it was a cover until I started doing the research for this podcast specifically. I was like, blew my mind. But a lot of people think it's Whitney's song, and I mean, it really is. I mean, she made it her own. That's the most amazing thing when someone can take a cover of a song that's great. Dolly's version's great. Whitney's version like transcends
it does.
Space and time,
It is the ultimate
version.
It
gives me chills. I literally have like goosebumps talking about it because that part where I like that building and it's quiet and then she just busts that out. It's like, oh my God, it's so good.
Great singer.
Great song.
Awesome.
Oh. Whitney at her peak. Like I want to dance. I want to dance with somebody. Stunning. She is stunning. And her voice, and she's so cute. Oh my God. It's the saddest. The fact of her life going bad is so sad. But God, her voice is just one of the best voices ever.
Andy told me he traded a Whitney Houston album for Duran Duran Rio. He traded Rio for a Whitney Houston album. I said, you got the band end of the deal there.
Hey man, I like Whitney Houston. What can I say?
Did you admit it to me that she just had hits on that album? Duran Duran's a much more solid album.
Which Whitney album? Which Whitney album? That's the question.
Her debut album, Whitney.
My dad is obsessed with The Bodyguard, so I've seen The Bodyguard like a bajillion times because my dad he replays the same movie over and over.
So then we get to your number 9, Jerry.
Jerry.
My number 9 is the original guy that wrote this said that this song became this guy's song when he did his version. I'm talking about Hurt by Johnny Cash.
Yeah.
Wow.
I knew one of you guys had picked that one.
Wow.
Damn.
What a performance that was. Sad, melancholy, just amazing in my opinion. And I'm not a Nine Inch Nails fan, but I do love
I love Nine Inch Nails. But Trent Reznor's quoted and says that's not Nine Inch Nails anymore. That's Johnny Cash.
That's what I just said.
He says it. He says it was meant to be his song.
Meant to be his song, yeah.
He just pulled it out of the ether. It was meant to be his song.
I love me. And then I get to my number 9. I know nobody's picked any of my yet.
Gee, I wonder why.
Because I like good shit.
Yeah.
I'm getting from the great REO 2 album. REO Speedwagon did a great version of Little Queenie by Chuck Berry. Fucking that shit rocks. Fucking kicks ass. They take it up harder than Chuck did, even though Chuck's rules also. But I love the version that REO Speedwagon did on REO 2 on Little Queenie. Fucking great cover to me. And then we get to you, Andy. What's your number 8?
My number 8 is going to be Weezer, off of the covers album, of course. Is going to be their version of Tears for Fears, Everybody Wants to Rule the World.
Ooh,
I absolutely love that version. Not better than Tears for Fears.
No.
But they did a really good job. And the one time that I saw Tears for Fears, they were playing a festival. And they played right before Mastodon, which was a weird combination.
Who set that up?
Yeah, I know, right? It was weird. And they opened up with Everybody Wants to Rule the World. Nice. And then they closed with what's that other song off the same album?
I don't know.
Somebody help me out.
Did they do a Take On Me song? Wasn't that on there?
From Tears for Fears?
Take On Me was a good cover too.
Mad World or something. What's on that?
Tears for Fears, The Hurting?
No, wait.
What's on that album?
Head Over Heels. They close with it.
Head Over Heels.
That's a great track.
My mom, back in time when that album came out, the Tears for Fears, and they had that Tears for Fears
Jerry just thumbs down.
And my mom was horrible. She told me Bruce Hall had a great butt for Mario Speedwagon. We saw them live, and then she told me she likes the keyboard player of Tears for Fears. He's hot, and I go, "Thanks, Mom."
That's the first thing I noticed about REO Speedwagon.
Isn't it weird?
The bass player's got a hot ass.
Bruce Hall has a hot ass. That's what my mom told me.
It's weird when your mom starts to bring up sex stuff around you.
I know. God, Mom, I'm a good Christian boy. What are you talking about? All right, man. So we got Charles. You're number 8.
Love this band. Love this album. It's off their best album, off of London Calling. The Clash, Brand New Cadillac. Man, this song kicks mad ass, man. And it was a cover.
I never knew that was a cover.
Yep, Vince Taylor, the British Elvis Presley back in the late 50s, or their attempt to come up with an Elvis Presley. And somebody else covered Brand New Cadillac. I think Stray Cats did as well. But I love that Clash cover. And they also did I Fought the Law. Which,
yeah, they did.
Almost.
I think a lot of people don't. A lot of people don't realize it's a cover. I feel like.
Yeah, a lot of people don't. Yeah, they think Brand New Cadillac is their song, but nope. Great cover, and I think it's definitely better than the original by Vince Taylor.
Same as I Fought the Law.
So, what you got next there, Kate? Because Mark decided to leave.
Oh no, Mark's on a potty break, I think. My number 8, Jeff Buckley's Hallelujah cover of Leonard Cohen. Cohen's dropped in 84 on his Various Positions album, but Jeff Buckley's is a 04 cover. It's funny, this came off the Grace album, and then it dropped as a single like 10 years after Jeff Buckley died. Jeff Buckley died really young.
Did he drown?
But I thought it was drug related.
I thought he drowned.
I thought it too. You know about Brian?
Or was that his dad? His dad drowned and he died of
drowning. I think they both drowned.
I think they both drowned. Yeah, they both drowned.
Oh, really? Both drowned.
Yeah. But yeah, young death. And then it was on his Grace album. And then like a decade after his death, it dropped as a single and became like another big hit again. Leonard Cohen said that he wrote like 150 drafts of this. It's one of the most covered songs of all time, which is crazy. It's like, I sent you guys that list that was like 25 most covered songs. I think it's like number 9 on that list, but
yeah, that's a very
it's
popular
interesting.
One.
It's in like a, what is it? Like a 8/12 scale. So it's like gospel music when like the original, this song, when Cohen did it, was rejected by Columbia, and he had to end up releasing it on his like own independent label. Like it's one of his biggest hits. It's just so crazy. But this Jeff Buckley version, it's sensual and stunning. And he, at the end, that like third to last note, he holds the note for like 20 seconds. I mean, it's just such a beautiful cover. And even Cohen says this is like one of the best covers of it, and he never tired of covers of it, but this is one of his favorites. So Jeff Buckley, Hallelujah.
So what's your number 8, Jerry?
My number 8 is, remember the Led Zeppelin cover album in the 90s called Inconium? Remember that one?
Oh yeah.
It's about Dancing Days by Stone Temple Pilots.
Oh, that's a good one.
Oh yeah.
What a fucking great version, man. I think it's the best version on the best cover on that album.
It is.
I love Scott Weiland, man. What a great singer he was too.
So talented.
Velvet Revolver, man, with Slash.
I mean, just an incredible performance, man. I think even Robert Plant would agree with that one. So that's my number. Was that number 8?
Yeah, number 8. So before I get to my number 8, before I forget, I only put this up yesterday. So this is fan pick. Scott Davis picked Little Susie by Tesla. Todd Ferguson picked Signs by Tesla. Brian Bellows picked Hot Cherry by Hardline. Tim Rizanak, who will be on this Friday on Freeform Rock Podcast doing Perfect Circle album. What's the name of it again, Charles?
Meredith Gnome or something like that.
Meredith Gnomes, yeah.
Yeah.
Weird
picked, title.
Yeah, he picked Johnny Cash Hurt. Julie Gore picked We Will Rock You in This Moment. Heather Wright picked Betraying the Martyrs, Let It Go. I think that's probably the Def Leppard cover. Paul Korn picked Bang a Gong, Get It On by Power Station, the T-Rex song. So then I get to my number 8, which is Queensryche, which a lot of people, including me, didn't know this was a fucking cover.
Not Rebel Yell.
No, not that one.
Okay. No. Thankfully.
It's off of fucking Rage for Order, man. It's called Gonna Get Close to You. Nobody knew that was a fucking cover song.
I don't know that. I don't know the song actually. So
I'm gonna get close to you. Fucking Jeff Tate's voice.
Close to start stand.
Well, who did the original song?
I don't fucking remember. Who?
The Carpenters.
Close to You.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
the Carpenters. No, this is like Gonna Get Close to You.
They long to be.
No, it's not that song.
Okay, I love that song.
Okay.
I love that song. Carpenters rule.
Queensryche cover for Gonna Get Close to You.
Why do birds?
I should have looked this up.
Suddenly
over here, over there.
Mark don't like the Carpenters because he don't like good shit.
Yeah, fuck you.
Hey, Karen can rock those drums.
Karen Carpenter could sing and kill it at drums.
Oh yeah,
like,
she was.
Yes.
Crazy.
Her voice and her brother coming up with the lyrics and all this music. I mean, they were a true duo.
Okay, the song I'm gonna get close to you was originally first released in 1984, released by Elisa Diablo. So they took it and made it metal.
Who's that?
Exactly. They took it. I didn't even know who the fuck that was like till 2 years ago. You never heard the song Gonna Get Close to You? It's got a freaky video.
It's been so long since I heard anything from that album, dude. It's a
Rage for Order rules, dude.
No, it's a great LP, dude. I love the I don't remember the song though.
Remember the Strikes? Remember the Strike song, Surgical Strike? No. It's a surgical strike.
No,
fuck, that song rules. Okay.
Silent Lucidity.
No, that's not on that album. That's way before that album. This was 1986, dude.
You think?
Yeah, this wasn't in the 90s. So what's your number 7, Andy?
I'm going
to take a shot of whiskey.
All right.
Okay.
Here we go.
My number 7 is going to be off the Renegades cover album by Rage Against the Machine doing Cypress Hills. How I Could Just Kill a Man. Fuck yeah. Fuck, just kill a man. It's a badass version. It's not better than the original. Cypress Hill killed it. But Rage does a good job of it.
Have you listened to that Prophets of Rage?
It's
them without I saw him, it was awesome live. But they have like a couple of the guys from Cypress Hill, and then it's them without Zach De La Rocca. And they did that. How I Could Just Kill a Man. Woo!
You know what sucks? I love Rage Against the Machine. I love how Zach De La Rocca raps. I love Tom Morello. I just think they're idiots. But I love the music. It's weird.
I don't know. I used to not like Zach's voice, and now I'm getting more into it, I guess. But
I like his voice.
That Prophets of Rage show, I won tickets to that. We went last minute. I won tickets and saw it that day that I won tickets, and they were so good. Oh my god, yeah. Like, whew.
Was Chuck D there with him on that one? Was he? Wow. Yeah.
Ridiculous.
I saw Rage back in the Empire, the Evil Empire tour.
I wanted to go now, and then he like tore his Achilles tendon or something, and they canceled the rest of the tour.
He didn't want to do like Dave Grohl or Axl Rose and actually just sit in a throne.
No, because he has to jump around and shit. Like he's so animated on stage. He said he could not give the performance.
I love all Rage Against the Machine albums.
I don't know how you managed to like that guy's voice eventually. I think his voice is like nails on a chalkboard.
I've gotten better about it, but that's like
horrible.
My favorite song by Rage is Guerrilla Radio. Fucking love that.
I don't think I can see them live these days, though.
Yeah.
Well, Tom Morello can play. He's just an idiot. I never judge people. I listen to the music, even though I don't like the subject matter, but if they sound good and they fucking do a good album, I'll listen to it, and I'm not a dick about it. You know, I don't like what they stand for, but I'll still listen to them. I don't fucking down them. But who's next on number 8? Is it you, Kate?
Did Andy? Did you get to finish?
Okay, Jerry.
Did Andy get to finish?
No, it would be me.
Charles, what's your number 8? Sorry,
Andy, did you finish?
Oh yeah, I'm fine. I'm done.
Okay, Charles, you're number 8.
I'm
I have to mix things up because it's the show.
No, keep the order right. Damn it. I'm always messing the order up.
You know, get the balance right. Get the balance
right. Let the chairman of the board speak now.
All right.
There you go. Drink some more whiskey and snort it. And let's hope that Queensryche does do a Carpenters cover. That would be awesome.
That would suck.
That would be great. Queensryche is Superstar.
Duran doing a White Line cover would be
White Line.
Greatest.
White Line.
White Line.
Vito Barata rules.
Yeah. Well, anyway,
one of the greatest guitar players that never gets enough credit.
What are we on number 7?
We're going to go to
7.
a real.
We're going to get a real guitar player, and Jimi Hendrix, All Along the Watchtower. All-time classic cover, man. Dylan song. I love Dylan as a songwriter. I've never been into the vocals too much.
Oh, but I love Blonde on Blonde, man.
There's too many great covers of his songs, and you know these are great songs when these other artists get a hold of them.
I'm always flipping things out. Blonde on Blonde. I was hearing it last night.
You got a Sid Barrett solo album?
You and Joseph Staub.
A Sid Barrett solo album.
You and Joseph Staub. You just
always have it on hand.
Love you,
they look alike, I think. They look alike back then, I thought.
They do. I could see it. Yeah.
Well, Charles is right. That Jimi Hendrix version is way better than Dylan's version.
Dylan, I wrote a quote down because that was going to be on my list.
Thank you.
I knew one of you guys would pick it, so I dropped it off my list. Dylan says that Hendrix's version, it was like him talking about it, and he's like, it's his song. Even Dylan says it's his song, and he's played it. Hendrix played it like 2,000 times. And that's like Dylan telling everyone it was Hendrix's song.
Yeah, and Hendrix became a musician because of Bob Dylan. And Hendrix would comb his hair according to the cover of Blonde on Blonde. Because he wanted to look like Dylan. Right like him. That's why, Jimi Hendrix is way underrated when it comes to his songwriting. His songwriting.
And vocals, man.
Yeah. I
mean, he hated his own vocals.
I love Hendrix's voice. That's the craziest thing. That's the craziest thing about any of these people. How I said Kristofferson never gave himself credit as a singer.
And now
Hendrix was the same way. And Scott Stapp
hates his voice. Yeah, he hates his voice. Like we do, like most smart people do.
Come on, Charles. Have your arms wide open. Have your arms wide open, man.
Can you take me higher?
Yeah.
Guys,
want it on?
When I was in Minneapolis, the last time I was in Minneapolis, my buddy specifically took me up there to where Dylan wrote that song about, and it's nicknamed the Witch's Hat. It's like a big water tower that's up in Minneapolis. Do you guys know what I'm talking about?
I know.
I'll post the picture. People nicknamed it the Witch's Hat. It's like one of the highest points in Minneapolis, and it's a big water tower that you can literally see the whole rest of the city. So that inspired Dylan writing that. But it was cool to be there because obviously I do like the Hendrix version much more. But I'll post a picture of it. It's cool. It's something if you guys ever end up in Minneapolis for some reason, you have to go see it.
Even
sure.
U2 did Hendrix's version.
Oh,
live.
would you drop U2, please?
I'll never drop
Even-
U2.
Christ.
Dylan says that Dylan is covering the Hendrix version. That's what I'm talking about. That Dylan started playing it in Hendrix's style.
Yeah. So did U2. That's what I was.
U2 is covering Duran Duran doing White Lion.
White line.
Lines.
White
Damn it.
Lines.
Lines.
I'm a big U2 fan, but I don't like that version.
I love it. It's just live, man.
I know it's live, but
White
U2
line.
hate. U2 hate.
No.
Yes.
No.
I'm sorry, Mark. I mean, I really do love them a lot. They're one of my top 10 bands of all time.
Thank you.
But sometimes they, a lot of bands have to make the missteps.
Hey, aren't you liking that new album, that 4 CD set now?
Yes, I do.
Thank
Yes,
you.
I do.
Thank you.
No, it's horrible.
I told him it was a grower in the beginning.
It is a grower, and
It is a
especially
really
on
grower.
on XM where a Bono
like
and Edge
fungus.
went track.
Fuck yeah.
So
Growing
that's
like
bad.
fungus.
Amazing album.
I love
Mold.
U2, but you can see where a band gets to a point they're so big that they parody themselves. And that's
Those-
how U2
Those
is.
last 3 album songs, The Innocents and whatever it was, it's fucking great. I can't think of it right
Is
now.
that the free?
Songs
I've
of
talked about it.
Songs of Experience and Songs of the Innocents. I love both those albums, man.
What's the free one on Apple?
Probably Songs of the Innocents, I think.
I don't
Oh.
remember. It was like required. It was already downloaded on your phone
Just
when you got
delete it.
Yeah.
Fuck.
it. That,
Worse than
I-
a freaking virus.
So what's your
Yeah.
number 7, Kate? Let's
You
get
would get a
out of
phone call, it was your automatic ringtone for a while.
Bob
was.
Hay.
It was.
I love
It
you
was.
too. Hey, go, Kate.
Oh my God. Okay. Number 7, You've Really Got a Hold on Me by the Beatles. It's originally
Yeah.
done by the Miracles. And
Yeah.
when we did, Charles and I were on a Beatles podcast the other day about with the Beatles on the Rock All Over You podcast with Eddie Katastrach.
They rule.
That Beatles version dropped in 63. The Miracles version was in 62. Credit to them for getting music like that across the ocean and having it done. You have a cover in a year. It was like November of 62, Miracles version dropped. November of 63, the Beatles version dropped.
Did Jimi Hendrix do Sgt. Pepper's the day after it came out?
Literally, and that he
So-
memorized that whole album soup to nuts. That night he heard it, he played it, and fucking Paul McCartney and John Lennon were in the audience watching it. Could you imagine that? Could you that's the whole Hendrix vibe, and all his clothes and everything that he was about with all the colorful wild shit was inspired by Sgt. Pepper.
Yep.
I mean, that's why I adore Hendrix. You guys know I've talked about it on many a pod, but going back to You Really Got a Hold on Me, they changed the name because the Smokey and the Miracles version is You've Really Got a Hold on Me, but the Beatles version is You Really Got a Hold on Me, which I never noticed before, but I was reading about this. Smokey's version is amazing. Obviously, I live 20 minutes away from Motown, so I love the original, but it's one of my favorite songs of all time. Beatles are one of my favorite bands of all time. Mixing the two, amazing.
Yeah.
Just amazing. And we talked, like Charles and I were on the pod like a couple of weeks ago, and that was just, I mean, this comes out, Beatles' second album in the US. It's on with the Beatles in the UK in November of 63, but then April of 64 is when it drops for the US. But it's just such a phenomenal cover. They recorded it a bunch of different times. Album wise, there's like 4 different variations if you look at all their like drops of it on different albums. I don't know what else to say, but this was their first recording when they did all these covers because excuse me, when they were going to do with the Beatles, there's 6 covers out of 14 songs, 6 covers. This is the first cover. This is their first recording session in July. They did 3 different recording sessions throughout 1960. Throw this out, but they nailed it. This is my favorite cover on that. This is one of my favorite covers of all time. Phenomenal. I don't know. I'm going to stop talking. Awesome. What's your number 7, Mark?
Jerry. No, it's Jerry's turn.
Oh, sorry, Jerry. I'm skipping Jerry.
Great minds think alike. Me and Charles here on this one, All Along the Watchtower. What more can you say? We talked about it a lot. What a fucking great version that was. Love it.
Yeah, and then I get to my number 7 that Charles is gonna hate, and all the Oasis fans.
More U2?
No, I'm picking
Scott Stapp covering Somewhere Over the Rainbow.
No. with guest star Extreme doing Gary Cherone on backing vocals.
Charles's favorite artist and our Oasis favorite artist, Phil Collins. You Can't Hurry Love.
Oh,
I love that better than the Supremes version.
You can hear he turning that off. I'll tell you that.
I love that fucking song, dude.
Fucking
rules, man.
I love it too, Mark.
Thank you. And then we get to your number 6, Andy.
That's not a bad cover. I can't.
No, it isn't.
I like it. I like Phil Collins. There's something so wholesome about Phil Collins.
That's why I don't like him.
Yeah, he likes the bad boys.
Charlie likes the baddies, the sass, and he likes the mysterious.
Phil Collins gets bullied for no reason, like I do. So I get Phil Collins.
Poor Mark.
Poor Mark.
Yeah, exactly. Stop listening to Scott Stapp. That'll be a first step in that direction.
The first step in that direction.
In that direction. There you go.
So Andy, what's your next pick, man?
I like that.
Number 6.
Yeah,
Andy.
good one.
My number 6 is going to be Motley Crue has made a cover on a lot of their albums, at least one. But I'm going to go with their Beatles version of Helter Skelter.
Oh, that's a good one.
No.
You were scaring me. I thought Smoking in the Boys' Room was coming.
I like that one too. Either one would have been great for me.
But I'm going with Helter Skelter.
Yeah, good version.
You don't like that version, Charles?
No, but I mean, it's better than Smoking in the Boys' Room. And it's better than U2's. It's better than U2's Helter Skelter.
No, I like U2's Helter Skelter
by far.
But it's not better than the Beatles' Helter Skelter by far. But I do like that cover.
That's tough song.
They say Charles Manson stole this from the Beatles. We're stealing it back.
Yeah.
Fuck Bono. Bono rules, man.
Yeah, I know. Fuck Bono.
I love Bono.
Oh.
Andy, what was it was Motley Crue's version?
Yeah, Motley Crue's
Helter Skelter.
It's off of Shout Out the Devil.
I'll tell you what the worst cover Motley Crue did was Anarchy in the UK.
I agree with you on that.
Or Hound Dog.
I actually like the Sex Pistols version of that.
Like a Virgin is horrible.
Oh God.
My Motley Crue.
Yikes.
Bad.
Who the hell said, "Oh, that sounds great, guys. We got to release."
Nikki Sixx said he brought it to Vince. Nikki Sixx said, "Hey Vince, this is awesome. Let's do this." And Vince goes, "Yay, Nikki!" And that's what I heard.
Let's drive and run over some guy.
And the producers there in the booth recording this, and a lot of other people said, "Yeah, this sounds great."
You know who likes that? Nate Asserson, Bushy. He likes that and the Dirt song. I'm like, oh God.
Oh God.
All right, man. So we get to you, Charles. You're number 6.
Yep. This is one of those covers that most people probably don't know it's a cover, really, but Mark and I do because we reviewed this album. Harry Nilsson's "Without You."
Yep.
Originally a Badfinger song.
Yep.
And Mariah Carey did a cover of "Without You" as well, but she was covering the Nilsson version.
Yeah.
Yep.
And I even prefer the Nilsson version over the Badfinger version. So tremendous cover.
Mm-hmm.
Tremendous.
Mm-hmm.
And after I heard that, because I didn't know that until I heard y'all talk about it, I went to the Badfinger version of it to check it out because I love Harry Nilsson's version. It's so powerful. And it was okay by Badfinger, but man, Harry Nilsson's version, God, it's so heart-wrenching.
It's definitive, I think. This is probably the definitive version.
And I think on that same album by Mariah Carey, I think she also covers Open Arms as well.
Ew.
Journey.
Ew.
I loved her cover of 10 Arm Def Leppard, Springing on the Heartbreak. I loved it. So.
Oh, really? She did that? I didn't know that.
Yep. It's pretty cool.
Yeah, so
I liked it. Some people don't, but I liked it.
Oh, I'll check it out. I'm pretty sure it's here somewhere in this room.
Then we get to your number 6, Kate.
Speaking of Harry Nilsson and covers, that Everybody's Talking is a cover, and I never realized that
by Phil Oakes.
I was looking into that.
Phil Oakes.
Yeah, Phil Oakes, Mark.
Check out that.
We reviewed Phil Oakes.
Oh, we did?
I love him.
With Lee. Yeah,
I
with Lee.
love. What is that?
I think you did. I didn't do that with Lee.
Yes, we did on Freeform.
No, we didn't, Phil. Oh,
yes, we did.
Oh, the one with the graveyard. Yeah, we did Phil. Yeah,
Phil Oakes. Yeah,
sorry,
cool.
Kate. Go ahead.
You're fine. Okay. You're fine. Don't be sorry. This is what podcasting is about. But that Harry Nilsson covers, man, that Without You, but that Everybody's Talking, and that, what is that? Midnight Cowboy.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Badass movie.
Shout out Phil Oakes, though. I love that When I'm Gone. You guys know that song, When I'm Gone?
Yeah.
I can't remember.
I don't
love it.
I don't know. I can't remember.
I can't remember either.
I can tell you. I'm trying to think of what album it is.
I wonder if I have that one. I forgot the name of the one I have, but I love Phil Oakes. I think he's a fantastic.
It's called There But For Fortune, but When I'm Gone, Phil Oakes, that song, phenomenal. But anyway, my number, what are we on? Number 6? Number 6.
Yeah.
Number 6, I did Changes by Charles Bradley. You guys heard this one? Broken Down soul cover of the Sabbath. I'll send you guys this. Charles Bradley.
Oh, yeah, I have actually. Yeah.
I've sent you guys this a couple times, but
okay. Sorry, go ahead.
Go ahead. What were you gonna say, Mark?
I was gonna say that Phil Oakes episode, if people want to hear it, is Rehearsals for Retirement. And Charles was a guest on that. It was episode 376. There you
go. What Phil Oakes were you guys talking about? Or just Phil Oakes in general?
We were doing the album Rehearsals for Retirement. Did I like it? I don't remember.
I don't.
Whose pick was it?
Lee. This was Lee.
Lee's. Okay. Yeah, check out that song. I kind of liked it. When I'm Gone. I mean, if you guys don't like singer-songwriter folk stuff, that's going to be a tough thing to get into, you know.
I like
Mark don't like James Taylor.
But I like Neil Young.
Oh, God.
You don't like James Taylor. You don't like James Taylor, Mark?
No, he puts me to sleep.
Oh my God.
That would have been a good song to put in. Badlands is Fire and Rain. That's a good cover.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Oh my God.
Oh yeah.
I gotta send you this version of it's James Taylor alone on a guitar when he's probably 23 or something, but God damn, he can sing, he can play. The whole audience is captivated. But mine, so Changes by Charles Bradley. Obviously, it's Sabbath. It's on volume 4.
Yeah.
And it's a weird. I mean, to go to a ballad from Sabbath and then going into a ballad, which you know me, I'm the ballad hater. Yeah. I like Sabbath's ballads. I like them. But this, Tony Iommi wrote the piano part for this, and lyrics, Geezer Butler did the lyrics. This allegedly is about Bill Ward's divorce.
It is. Well, that's what they say.
So that's what they say. But yeah, oh my God, 1972, the Sabbath version drops. Phenomenal. But this Charles Bradley, I'll send you guys this video. He's talking about his mother dying, and he sings this amazing, soulful, gives you chills version of Changes. And I think this dropped as a single in 2013, and then Charles Bradley died in 2017. Yeah. So he had I don't know, a 5-year run of any fame whatsoever.
I got to see him live, Charles Bradley.
God, Andy.
It was It was like 11:30 in the morning at a festival in downtown
Oh
Houston.
my God. Was it like you went to church or something? Like, is it ridiculous as I imagine?
I was on top of the hill, so I was kind of far away, but I was really digging it because they were playing that gospel stuff, and it was a long day. I mean, that festival was. I mean, Wu-Tang Clan was going to be later. And
yeah.
it was just Dawes played. It was just a big.
The top before noon at a festival in Texas where it's like just starting to get hot. It's very. It's a very surreal. I've done ACL 3 times, and it's very surreal to get there early to see the early bands, and then it's like you can feel the heat building and the crowd is building.
In June, when they would have this festival, it was first weekend after, and it was just great thing. But organizer got popped for, they said, for sexual harassment, and it just ruined the whole thing. And really what it was, he was just asking a girl out a couple more times than he should have. And she complained and back her out. And it was just, but I did get to see the one and only, man, what is that girl's name from the Fugees?
Lauryn Hill?
Lauryn Hill was there. Lauryn Hill played right before Dwight Yoakam.
Oh, wow.
Dude, and shout out their cover of Killing Me Softly.
That was a good one too.
Her voice on that's a Roberta Flack, but her voice on that.
Woo. Oh, but Roberta Flack. Oh.
Yeah. God, but Lauryn Hill doing that. I don't like the rap part of it really. I'm not that into that, but her when she's singing the Killing Me Softly. Woo.
And Jack White ended that stage. And he was having problems with the electrical stuff, with like electric guitars and all that. And just in a snap of a finger, they changed it to a whole unplugged set.
Nice. Oh, nice. Yeah. That's even better, though. Oh, my God.
And Vampire Weekend, it was just a great show. It's great.
Texas knows how to do a festival.
Yeah.
You're fine. I'm done. I'm going to push it to Jerry.
Jerry.
What's number 7? Number 6.
Number 6.
Number 6.
Number 6, man. The great metal band Iced Earth did a great cover of Kiss's "Creatures of the Night" off the Tribute to the Gods album, dude. Fantastic metal versions. Every version is great on that album. A great band, man. Burnt Offerings, Night of the Storm Rider, man. If you like true good metal, dude, Iced Earth is your band, dude. And there's some great covers on that stuff. Number of the Beast, they do Highway to Hell. Fantastic fucking record, dude.
That is a badass record. And I really don't hear Iced Earth that much, but all the covers they did on there, I think you had mentioned Iced Earth once, and I went to go look at their stuff. I said, these are all covers. And dude, they fucking
it's a kick-ass album. It really is.
Yeah, you're right.
I'm waiting for that Iced Earth My Sacrifice cover. They'll do that better than that.
Okay, man. Whatever. I love Cage. Fuck off. But then I get to my number 6, which is, you guys have been talking about the great Jimi Hendrix. I think this guy is the only guy who could have covered him. Stevie Ray Vaughan, Voodoo Child, Slight Return. Oh. And he also did a great cover of The Sky is Crying instrumental, which is great also. So that's just also ran, but Voodoo Child, Slight Return rules. I know one of you guys picked that song. I think that's really the only one I think you guys will pick. But
Stevie's just another one.
We'll see.
Gone way too soon.
You died way too soon in a helicopter accident. My friend went out and spray painted SRV in his cul-de-sac when he died in a helicopter accident.
Was he 34? Like Croce, I think, was 34 too. Croce died in a plane crash too.
But it just sucks that he just got over his addiction and alcoholism.
Yep. And he was just,
oh God.
He had it. I've talked about that before. I don't know what it is of like pulling it out of the ether and the flow state thing when he could tune into those old blues dudes. And that was seeing Buddy the other day. Buddy talked about Stevie, and I mean, it's just, he's one of those dudes. But you guys check out Kingfish if you haven't really listened.
Oh, I like Kingfish too. I've heard him on Brian Davis's show. Yeah,
he's a kid that I think he's like 23 now. The first time I saw him, he was like 19, but he was like a little young teen opening for BB King. And he's another one that he can pull it. He pulls it out of the ether like Stevie could. I mean, it's wild, but yeah, Voodoo Child, Stevie doing it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Pretty damn good. I agree.
Amazing. And then we get to number 5, Andy.
Number 5, Triumph.
Ooh.
Off their debut album.
I know what you're talking.
They cover the great Joe Walsh, Rocky Mountain Way, and they fucking kill it, dude. Oh my god, the guitars!
I like that version better.
Yeah. Yeah, dude, I can say that dude like it better.
I thought Jerry had picked that. That's why I didn't pick it.
But yeah,
I'm surprised you picked it, Andy. That rules, dude. Just give me
great fucking choice, man.
Yep. I thought Jerry was going to pick that one, but Andy. Yep. I am so surprised that you picked a Triumph song, man.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Fucking awesome, dude.
I love Triumph.
Rocky Mountain Way, it rules their version.
This one.
Yeah, I have that too. Well, I don't have a limited edition.
Yeah, it's a silver one.
Nice.
I think I found this like for $1. I said, is this real? So yeah, and this is a really good one.
Yeah, if you guys check out their website, they got all their vinyl on sale and some cool t-shirts. Fucking pretty cool. I'm a Triumph nerd, man.
I go all the way to Never Surrender on my vinyl.
Oh, I love Surveillance, man. Surveillance.
Oh yeah, you know what? I do love Surveillance, the one with a tiger.
Yeah, Sport of Kings is more poppy. But fucking Surveillance went back to old Triumph. I like both. I like all Triumph. I don't like Edge of Excess with Phil X, who's in Bon Jovi now. Yeah. I need some Rick, man. Phil X is a great guitar player. He didn't take the place of Rick, man.
And for Christmas, years ago, my wife had given me some 45s, ones on red of the Thunder soundtrack, Thunder album. Thunder 7, yeah. But the 45 is red. It's awesome. Oh, yeah, dude, I like Triumph a lot.
I got their documentary. You guys should check that out. It's pretty cool. Rock and Roll Machine documentary. I got it on Blu-ray. Fucking rules. And then Charles, what's your number 5?
Gotta go with the Mighty VH without Hagar, with the real one with David Lee Roth. You really got me.
Of course,
absolutely fucking love it. Love it, love it, love it. I mean, I could have picked a lot of stuff off Diver Down too, but you really got me. Rules, man.
Yep. I agree with you.
I think that, I love the Kinks version too, but but Van Halen's is just ripping. Yeah. So love it.
Can't go wrong with that. Kate, what's your number 5?
My number 5 is Just Breathe by Willie and Lucas Nelson. Andy already covered it. But it is Pearl Jam off Backspacer in 2009. And their Willie and Lucas Nelson version came out in 2012 on the Heroes album. But oh my God, I've sent you guys that music video. It's the sweetest music video. Because just thinking about Willie being gone, it's sad, but it's going to happen eventually. But just thinking about this song and their cover and what it means to them. Lucas is a phenomenal musician too. I have all his albums. I haven't gotten the new one. He just dropped one just recently, but I have his other albums and he's amazing too. But
like about 3 with Neil Young.
Yeah. Yeah, they call him Uncle Neil because his Promise of the Real band was the backing band for Neil Young for years.
Yeah, Dude, they burn hard.
Yeah, they're amazing.
Like crazy
I know.
Hard.
I know. They're amazing. And that, like, Lucas is so talented. And his other younger son, because Willie Nelson Jr. is gone, but his other younger son, Micah, who's like a couple years older than Lucas, is talented. And they had a weird, I don't know if I'd call it industrial, but it was like space rock or I don't know, a bizarre band called Insects and Robots, but they're amazing. Like it's a very different vibe, obviously, than doing country, but they're phenomenal. Yeah, Insects and Robots. But thinking about this song, obviously I'm such a nerd. I research everything that I talk about or whatever, and this was Pearl Jam's first platinum song out of all of Pearl Jam.
Damn.
This Just Breathe is their first platinum song in 2009 on Backspacer. That's bonkers. But yeah, anyway, check out this version. I absolutely adore this music video. Willie and Lucas singing to each other is the cutest, most heartwarming shit. But yeah, anyway, Jerry, go.
Number 5. Written by the great Steve Winwood and Blind Faith, and been covered by a lot of people.
Oh,
but Can't Find My Way Home. But I'm going to go with Styx's version.
Ooh!
Oh,
What a great cover that was! And I'm not talking about that new crap they're coming out with. They came out with years ago, Mark. But this was on their it was a cover
Crash
album.
Town rules.
It was a cover album they did in like 2005, I think. Another just chock full of great covers. They did a Beatles cover of "Eye on the Wall" or something. Stuff. Really good stuff.
I like the Beatles cover. It's pretty good.
What a great, but anyway, Can't Find My Way Home, man. What a great song it is. Covered by so many bands. House of Lords did it.
House of Lords is pretty good too.
They did a pretty good version of it, but it's such a great song. Beautiful tune, man.
It is. Especially by Blind Faith. Fuck,
timeless, man. Timeless, man. It's one of those songs you hear. It'll be around 100 years from now. So.
That rhythm of that song is just fantastic.
Songs like that they get covered a lot. It's a damn good song if a ton of other big bands cover it.
And then we get
I had to include Styx. I always include Styx in all my lists.
I like Styx. I saw them, I don't know, 8 or 9 years ago at some festival, and they were still awesome.
Not anymore.
And Jerry, they're not playing a lot of their new songs, so fuck off.
Their last album is trash. So
I love that last album. Some guys shit at some guys.
I listened to Ron Keel's album.
Oh, that's horrible. But did you ever sell that album yet?
Nope. I don't know if I'm going to Negan it or sell it. I'm not too sure yet.
Just sell it. Don't Negan it. Make some poor fool buy it like
I got Negan right here. Ready to
go. All right, then I get to my number 5, which we kind of been discussing this band.
Mark's number 5.
Number 5, White Lion.
Radar Lion.
Radar Love, man. The drums on that version are so superior to the original version, man.
The original one
by Golden Earring.
Golden Earring. Yep.
I like this version way better than the Golden Earring version, but I do like the Golden Earring version. But this is my go-to version. That drum fucking thing by that drummer on that fucking White Lion album, it's just amazing.
White Lion.
I had this when it came out, man. Fucking rules. I love White Lion.
In all seriousness, I wasn't crazy about the original either. And that Golden Earring, the only song I really liked from was Twilight Zone. That's really the only song I really liked.
You suck. Golden Earring rules.
That's the only good song on that White Lion album is that cover.
That's that cover. See, look, Charles even gave it some love. There's some hope right there.
Oh, I think it's horrible. I think it's dog shit. But that's all right.
Did we get to your number 4, Andy?
My number 4, I absolutely love this version by the Smashing Pumpkins doing Fleetwood Mac's Landslide.
Oh, that's a good one.
It's off of a B-sides compilation, actually.
No, that's our greatest hits plus B-sides. The Judas O. The Judas O.
It's off of Pisces Iscariot first.
Oh, and then I got the greatest hits where it has that and the B-sides.
Oh, dude, you got to check out that Pisces Iscariot. It's all B-sides.
I have all of it, dude. I have all of it.
Awesome. That Pisces Iscariot is just amazing.
Except the new one. People aren't telling me it's good. So I don't know if I want to buy it.
It's too long. It's over 2 hours.
Ooh.
It's a double album. It's like 2 hours and 17 minutes.
How long was Melancholy? How long was Melancholy? That was a great album.
1 hour and 59 minutes.
Well, it's about the same thing.
But
you got to think about how many albums Melancholy is.
But Melancholy has was a lot more interesting.
I saw Pumpkins a few months ago when they came through Detroit. They fucking rocked.
I saw them last year.
I was impressed. They were amazing.
Yeah. And do you know that they're not using any backing tapes or anything like that? Because they had four.
Not like Kiss. Not like Kiss.
That's the way you do it. That's the way you do it, Andy. That's the way you do it. You bring out extra
they were playing, and
absolutely,
like Corgan's voice is still so good. Like they were awesome, and I love him. He's such a doll. Like he's always been so sweet his whole career, and then now he's like a good dad, and he's just a really sweet guy. He's good with all the other musicians. He's not a pissing contest shit talker.
Really? I thought he had a lot of shit with his band.
I don't know. No,
he loves Rush, dude.
He's a perfectionist.
Just his like Instagram and stuff. He's such a nice guy.
That's the only thing you have to do, man. Yeah.
Love Rush.
The thing with Billy Corgan was that sometimes he was kind of rough on his band because he was a perfectionist.
Right.
He wrote and he wanted everything to be sounding the exact same that he had in his head.
I like Zahn. Zahn was pretty good. I like that Zahn album.
That was too many keyboards for me.
I like
Zahn. There was too many keyboards.
I like Billy Corgan because he's the first song he ever shared with his mom was Entre Nous by Rush.
He had a rough.
Wait, Mark, do you like Rush or something?
No, I love Rush. I don't like Rush.
I don't like you, but I love you.
But Landslide. It's a beautiful song.
They did a great cover of that. I agree.
So Charles, what's your number 4?
Oh, another keeping in the same tone here with a Fleetwood Mac cover, Judas Priest, Green Manalishi.
It's a good one. I thought Jerry would pick that one.
Hell yeah. Metal Bliss there, man. I was the Fleetwood Mac. I was off the Peter Green Fleetwood Mac, wasn't it?
Awesome. That version of Judas Priest's Green Manalishi destroys Fleetwood Mac.
It's awesome.
The only time
it's a Judas Priest song, man.
Yeah, the only time I saw Priest was the Turbo Tour, and they did that song.
I saw them 3 times on the Firepower, man. They were fucking amazing.
Yeah, awesome cover. Love it.
It is good one. I didn't think about that one, to be honest with you, but it's a good one.
You need to see Priest, Jerry. Now,
I have.
Again,
I've seen the classic Priest.
You need to see them with Faulkner, dude. Faulkner rules, man.
Oh man, Richie Faulkner.
Dude, I'm just so far away from shows, dude, and the price of tickets nowadays, man.
I don't know about seeing them now compared to '86.
Well, yeah, they were good. They're still. He can still hit that high note, though, man. He gets guttural. He goes down.
Halford. I don't care how.
To see them in '86.
Dude, Halford can still scream his ass off.
Check out my videos on the Freeform Rock Podcast YouTube thing with Judas Priest and tell me how bad Halford sounds, man.
No, Halford's voice is still.
I saw them for the Redeemer of Souls tour, so I know how great he sounds. I'm just saying,
even better now, though. He's gotten better.
I'm just saying, I'm pretty sure it's badass to see them back in '86.
Oh yeah, I didn't get to see them. I didn't like them back then. I got into. We're going to do a review on that on Sunday.
I wasn't alive in '86, but the 4 times I've seen Judas Priest kicks ass. Yeah.
I saw them 3 times twice on the Power Up and on their 50th anniversary tour.
Yeah.
And they did not disappoint, man. They did not. That fucking stage was fucking amazing. Rob was amazing.
Halford's voice is still amazing.
Oh yeah. I'm not saying that they've lost it at all. No, of course not. I would never say that about Rob.
I'd liked KK to be back in the band. You could get rid of Steed, Steed or whatever his name is, the producer, and bring KK back. But
KK, I don't know if he's not gonna happen. Not gonna happen.
Man.
It's too much. Too much has happened. Back.
So who's next?
Katie.
Who the hell's
number
that?
4?
Who the hell's Katie?
How you doing, ma'am? Howdy, ma'am. How you doing, Katie?
Howdy, y'all.
That's a Southern gentleman in these two.
I'm little old Katie, and I'm gonna pick "Got My Mind Set on You" by George Harrison, which never dawned on me that this is a goddamn cover. Which is
I never knew that either.
I did not. I love the Beatles. I love George Harrison. I never noticed this was a fucking cover song because it is George Harrison's song. But yeah, it's James Ray, 1962, recorded this, and they give credit to writing with Rudy Clark. Rudy Clark composed it. I had no fucking idea this was a cover. It's on his Cloud 9 album.
Great album.
Off of Dark Horse, his label. But woo, this music video, I can specifically pinpoint when I realized about, like, when you notice a song, you know, we've talked about this before, when like something comes into your view. And I remember when George died in 2001 and I was at my friend's house, VH1 kept playing stuff over and over and over about the Beatles, about George Harrison. They kept playing this music video and I was like, holy shit, this music video is really cool. I love all the taxidermied animals. I love his dancing in this. Never realized this is a cover song. So
that was a stunt double for the dancing, though.
It is a stunt double.
Yeah, stunt double.
Oh, that was really him. Come on.
Thank you.
That's him when he's like 50,
Don't sell
whatever.
George Harrison short, all right?
Yeah, I know your favorite Beatle for some reason. I have no idea.
He's my favorite Beatle.
Has anyone heard the original song?
Thank you, ma'am. I appreciate it.
I did.
Paul McCartney, man. Come on.
No, because it never dawned on me this was a cover. So I did listen to this, and it's James Ray, which it sounds like, because George always gets credited for finding all the US black music that the Beatles covered. And it does sound like a black band, but it is some random like white guy that his name is James Ray. 1962. When I listened to it, I would not have thought, like, I don't know, it sounds like a Motown, like a black Motown band. It doesn't sound like a white guy. You guys will have to check it out. But for George, this is like one of his 3 number 1 hits as a solo artist. So it's pretty cool that, I mean, it's a cover that's one of his 3 number 1 hits. Like out of all the Beatles catalog, all the Apple Records, all their shit, what's the most played song by any Beatle? Most played song of history of the Beatles. It Live is not. Die? It's not a Beatles song.
What is
it?
It's
My Sweet Lord.
Oh, that's a great song. Now.
That's the most played song out of all the Beatles catalog. So it's interesting that it's his. But anyway,
we have some Paul McCartney and fucking George Harrison reviews coming up soon.
Ooh,
we never done.
Put me on the George. Put me on the George.
You're scheduled.
I love Paul too. Don't get me wrong. Like, obviously, I love all of them. I'm obsessed with the Beatles, but George, I don't know. There's a thing about George that I love his solo career the most. I love his influence on the Beatles, that he really did bring a lot of like the Motown and the blues and stuff into them when they cover it. But Jeff Lynne's playing bass and keys on this. Like, obviously, Traveling Wilburys ends up being something because of this song. Yeah, I don't know. I just adore George. But this was for a number 1 hit after the Beatles broke up. The funny thing, this becomes a number 1 hit when Lennon has a number 1 hit, Ringo has a number 1 hit, and Paul has a number 1 hit when he's with Wings. So this breaks up like a weird 3-way tie between the 3 of them. George squeaks in there and gets a number 1 hit. So that was just a funny thing that I read about this. And it was like, this drops a week before their Rock and Roll Hall of Fame induction. And it's one of the few bands who's ever had, or like one of the few musicians of a band that's ever had a number 1 hit when they were inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. So shout out George. I love George.
Nice.
Yeah.
Jerry, you're number 4.
Number 4 is an Otis Redding cover, man, from the great Black Crowes. Hard to handle.
I knew you were going to pick that.
Love that song. Love the Black Crowes. Love that song. That's all I got to say.
Does Chris Robinson have one of the most unique Southern rock voices ever?
I Absolutely. Think that like becomes their song. That's one that's their song. I don't know. That's weird. I don't even think about it being an Otis Redding song.
I don't either, man.
Like, I know it is the Otis Redding song, but it's not in my mind.
Yeah, I'm not even that wild about the Otis Redding version.
That's funny.
I like the Black Crowes version better.
That whole debut album was just freaking fantastic.
Amazing.
Wow, that's so weird. You spoke that into existence in my mind, because that does not even occur to me that that's not their song.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's weird.
I've seen
So
them twice
funny.
in the last 2 years. They put on a good show with just Chris and Rich. Pretty good. I wish the drummer was back, but that's never going to happen. But then we get to my your number 4, Jerry. You already picked it, right? Hard Handle.
Yep.
What's
So
your number 4,
I get
Mark?
to my number 4 from the great Lost Boys soundtrack.
Oh.
I don't think anybody's picked this one. Echo and the Bunnymen doing the Doors classic. People Are Strange.
It wasn't too bad.
It was pretty good.
It was really good. I thought it was the Doors until I got the soundtrack because the great Lou Graham was on there. But Lost in the Shadows and In Excess with Jimmy Barnes. Good Times, which I could have picked Good Times as a fucking great cover too, because I love Jimmy Barnes in Excess. But I'm gonna pick Echo the Bunnymen. People Are Strange because I really thought that was Jim Morrison. It was like, oh wow. Plus, it's a great movie.
And though Echo and the Bunnymen.
I feel like that's such an underrated band.
Oh, they are.
We need to do a review of them, man. I love that band.
You guys should do a show because that's a really underrated band. And then shout
Looks
out
Like
Doors
Sugar.
when I love that song.
Me too.
But shout out that Doors movie where Val Kilmer is doing all the singing. Like he's singing all the songs when he's in that. That's the craziest. I don't know.
It's just I love Echo and the Bunnymen.
You guys need to do an Echo and the Bunnymen
Bring on
show.
the Dancing Horses. They have so many great songs. It took a 2 CD greatest hits to put all their good hits on there, man. They do fucking what's that Moon song? It's Moon, or it's fucking amazing. It's cover, right? Harvest Moon.
Not Harvest Moon.
Killer Moon. Killer Moon. Killer Moon.
Harvest Moon's Neil Young.
Yeah, I know that. That's why it's Killer Moon by.
I know what you mean though. Yeah.
Echo and the Bunnymen. That was fucking great fucking cover. But then we get to your number 3, Andy.
My number 3 is off of the EP made by Rush when they did an EP of covers, and I went with the cover that they did of Love. 7 and 7 is. Whoo-hoo! Damn, they fucked up that song. Badass. Neil Peart and especially Neil Peart was just fantastic on here. And the guitars, I mean, they just went ballistic on this song. So 7 and 7 is by Rush, originally done by the band Love. I believe it came out like in 66 or 67. I think it was in the summer of Love when it came out, but yeah,
I have Rush in my honorable mentions. I didn't pick them because that'd be so predictable for me to pick a Rush song, especially from that cover album. That's amazing.
It's a really good cover album. I almost went with Neil Young's Mr. Soul, but I went with this one.
Yeah, so I didn't pick it because I didn't want to be predictable. But Charles, what's your number 3?
This one will probably end up being my most controversial pick because whether it's considered a cover or not will be where the controversy is. But I consider it a cover. It's the king of rock and roll, and the song is Blue Suede Shoes.
That is a cover. Carl Perkins.
Oh yeah, that is a cover.
That is a cover.
Carl Perkins.
But I think Elvis has dropped first.
I think
so that's why I consider it slightly controversial, because Perkins was in the hospital, I believe, when he got the clearance to do the song. But yeah, it's a cover, and it's the sound of the king right from the get-go. I mean, I love the Carl Perkins version too. Covered. Yeah, but I love both versions, but Elvis owns it, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Well, Elvis rules, man. I love Elvis.
Perkins really did do that song very well as well.
Carl Perkins could shred on anything, but anytime Elvis was so big, anytime Elvis covered anything, it became Elvis's song.
Yeah.
No question.
Yeah, Carl was the king of rockabilly, man.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
Carl Perkins.
Yeah, so then we get to your number 3, Kate.
This one was already talked about. This was Hurt, the Johnny Cash cover. Obviously Trent Reznor of Nine Inch Nails. This was on Downward Spiral in 1994. Cash's version drops in 2002, but this, like, it's 3 months before June Carter dies. It's 7 months before Johnny dies. And this music video, if you guys think about the music video for it, and Cash is so haggard and oh my God, this
up and tired and just trying to get the last notes out.
This is his song. Even Trent Reznor says this is his song. And I've said it with a couple other songs. And I'm like, someone pulled this out of the ether and it was meant to be someone else's song and they found it and covered it. Mm-hmm. How could anyone else do a better cover of Hurt than Johnny Cash? It is phenomenal. Rick Rubin produced this. Like, shout out Rick Rubin, obviously one of the best producers ever.
Yeah, when he wasn't lazy. Yeah.
I love Rick Rubin, the big weird beardo man. I always like a good weird beardo, but this, like, this song, just, you see this in the music video of how old and tired he is, and it's like thinking about all your friends are gone, like all your other friends have died, you've lived long enough to see all this stuff, you lived through so much shit. How could anyone do a better version of this?
No.
You hear it in his voice, and we talked about, who were we talking about earlier that was like their voice older was better even? One of you guys said that. Somebody else we talked about, but Cash's voice, soup to nuts, Cash's voice is like Sinatra, young versus old Sinatra. There's so much charm in Cash's voice as he ages, and his voice just gets haggard and rough, you know? And I was looking at this and thinking about this being like a huge influence in the country music world, and this like won a ton of awards, obviously, but it's 439 million plays in just streaming, and it has 10 million monthly streaming plays. Like that,
So his family made $5.
Yeah, they made 14 cents.
14 cents, yeah.
They made like 14 cents. But just thinking about streaming, like 10 million monthly streamers, which I'm probably one of those 10 million monthly streamers.
I do stream because these guys give me albums I don't own.
Well, and you guys know how much shit I own and how many concerts I go to. I make up for my streaming bullshit, but to think of a song being streamed 10 million times a month, 1 million is such a crazy number, and 10 million streams. So this is just one of those covers that you hear it and it was meant to be Johnny's song the whole time. And even Trent Reznor says it. I mean, it's just
Johnny Cash Museum was awesome, by the way.
Yeah.
I want to see that so bad.
I put photos up. You didn't see my photos? I got a picture with me and Jerry with Johnny Cash in the middle of us.
Oh, no shit. I'm sure I saw it. My memory sucks.
That Johnny Cash Museum was awesome.
I gotta go. Oh my God. I don't
know. The best thing was meeting this guy right here. And then
I want to meet you guys so bad. I've been talking so great to
meet those two. That was like,
next time.
Fuck yeah, they're real friends. I could touch them. I could give them a hug.
We all need to do an Airbnb and have like a weird live room, crazy bullshit going on.
Next year at Rocket Pod, man. We should all go.
I want to go. I wanted to go this year, but I was like running into finals time, and I'm like, okay, I need to graduate and pass this class, so I cannot realistically go to this because it would be ridiculous. But I legit want us all to do this.
I'm talking my wife into going for like class.
I want you guys. It would be so much fun if we can get everybody in an Airbnb. She said she'll send me by
myself, but we'd have to have shit.
It'll be fun.
Go take your cousin again.
Yeah, get that broad out of the house.
All right, where are we at here? We're getting close to 10.
Jerry,
you're number three.
Number three.
Number three. This is one of those songs you never thought was a cover, and every time I have to look up the original people. Every time I'd try to figure out who originally sang this song. New York Groove by Ace Frehley, man. It's by a band called Hello.
Yeah.
Dang. I didn't know that. Thank you.
It's a cover.
When they asked me who the original singer is, I have to look it up every time because I forget. But the band called Hello, I've never even heard it, but I can just tell Ace Frehley owns this song. So that's my number three.
Your number three. So
the best album with the Kiss logo on it.
Yeah.
with Ace Frehley's solo album.
If you ever saw the movie Ferris Bueller's Day Off, and you see Matthew Broderick up there on the fucking thing, lip syncing to one of the greatest covers of all time. I didn't even know this was a cover. Twist and Shout by the Beatles.
Yep.
Isley Brothers.
Yeah. Yep. And who's the best? The
Beatles makes all the covers their own.
Beatles. it's like John Lennon. Shake it up, baby. Not fucking so fucking in the pocket on that. Fucking Ringo's kicking ass. Like, nobody thought Matthew Broderick was actually lip syncing. I go, that's the fucking Beatles when I saw that movie. And I was like, my God, I think it got a bump in the charts again because Twist and Shout is just Beatles do a lot of amazing covers, but this is my favorite of all time by them. Yeah. I got people ahead of them that did Beatles covers though. So that's my number 3. What's your number?
The Isleys. I like the Isleys one too, but the Beatles, it's
the Beatles rock it out.
Yeah.
It's just like when I saw Matthew Broderick do that, I go, fuck.
Oh man.
The Beatles. I go, yeah. And then everybody goes, that's Matthew Broderick. No, that's the fucking Beatles.
That scene in the film, like how many great 80s movies? What's the director's name?
John Hughes.
John Hughes, yeah.
How many great John Hughes movies, but that scene in the movie, and someone calculated it, and it was like to do all that shit in Chicago in Ferris Bueller's Day Off is like a week worth of stuff. But what a great film.
They even fought to get the rights for the Beatles song too.
Yeah.
So.
Licensing for any other stuff is a nightmare, but what a fantastic cover. They're just a band that makes all their covers their own. Like how I said, Elvis is like, a lot of people have no idea it's someone's cover.
Yeah. So then we get to you, Andy, your number 2.
My number 2, this band took this song and flipped it upside down and flipped it inside out. CCR doing I Heard It Through the Grapevine.
Good one.
Dude. And in fact, they do several covers on their albums, but they're pretty obscure covers.
I Got a Spell on You is a really good one.
Yeah, which was
Screaming Jay Hawkins,
yeah. And in fact, the band was their backing band on that. But CCR doing I Heard It Through the Grapevine, that great guitar solo breakout, freak out by the one and only John Fogerty, just kicks ass, man. It's a great track. I love it.
What an underrated guitar player.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, Fogerty, yeah.
Fogerty is badass.
But even the funny thing, even the Marvin Gaye version is a cover. So they're covering a famous cover.
Yeah.
Because it's Gladys Knight.
Gladys Knight was the original. Yeah.
It's wild when it's a cover of a cover of a cover.
Yeah, but all those songs did belong to Motown, and they're just different people.
Of course. They're all fantastic. They're all
Charles, what's your number 2, brother?
My number 2 is a fantastic song by the great Vanilla Ice. Play that funky music, white boy. No, I'm teasing.
Thank you. God, I was gonna throw up.
No. Everybody's kind of covered the song already for the most part. Johnny Cash hurt. The video is just moving.
Yeah.
And we've all pretty much covered this Johnny Cash song.
Yeah.
And
I knew you guys
gotta be. It. Well, I don't worry about it. I pick what's good. I don't worry about.
Well, I do pick what's good, but I want to get
no,
the fans of
so
variety.
far not so much. But the Beatles, I'll give you that one.
You like Stevie Ray Vaughan? You like REO Speedwagon, maybe?
Don't bring up Radar Love. Don't bring up Radar Love.
I didn't say Radar Love. I said the ones you liked.
I said it's the best song on that album. So.
You probably like the Anthrax one too. So there you go.
Yeah, but no, like you pushed the Bush era too hard.
Because I love Bush.
Good for you. What you got? What you got, Kate? It's your next number 2.
My number 2, I'm going, when I asked about doing a live, this is MTV Unplugged 1993, Nirvana, and Kurt Cobain singing Lead Belly's Where Did You Sleep
Oh
Last
yeah,
Night?
yeah.
This song, when he does it, destroys my brain. It gives me goosebumps. That final guttural scream at the end.
And then that breath.
Oh man, this is so good. And it's kind of like I'm crediting Leadbelly because obviously it's like he's doing Leadbelly's version, but there's In the Pines, My Girl, Hey Girl, Black Girl, and a combo from In the Pines and Longest Train, because I was trying to pinpoint where this pops off because it is an old American folk song like Appalachia. From Appalachia, like how do you nail down where a song is from like that? But 1925, there's like a phonograph cylinder. Have you guys ever seen what I'm talking about when it's a phonograph cylinder?
Yeah.
It's a phonograph cylinder, old recording. Bill Monroe has a hit with it in like 1941, and then Leadbelly's version is 1944. But Leadbelly, I mean, it's Leadbelly, and then Cobain doing this, and that we had a whole show. Andy hosted a whole show of all the MTV unplugs, but Nirvana's is like one of the best of all time. And then all the lists, whenever I do these, I look up like lists like 100 best covers of all time, and they keep listing Man Who Sold the World, which yeah, I love that cover of Bowie that Nirvana did. Man Who Sold the World is great. But when he does this at the end of the set, this Leadbelly cover,
phenomenal. I agree. We did that.
It's ridiculous.
We did the album battle on here. I was the only one to pick Nirvana.
Alice in Chains one.
This is another. This is another posthumous release. This is another posthumous release.
No, I think Alice in Chains won.
I think
Alice in Chains won on ours, but I was the one that picked Nirvana to win by one song.
Yeah, mine was a tie.
Where Did You Sleep Last Night? Best one.
Oh, so good. I don't know, man. This song just kills me when he sings it, and you can feel that pain where he's like breaking up with Courtney Love at the time and everything, and it's like right before he dies. This came out. They recorded this in like November of '93, and then he dies in April of '94, and then this album's actually released after he died, so it's another posthumous release. But it's like, God, this one just guts me.
It wasn't released that much after, was it, Charles?
No, not too long after he died.
No,
but
I know I got
after he died.
I know I got it like holiday time, 94. So
it's wild. I don't know. This one just kills me. That's such a great cover. And great I love choice. All that any old American music, that Appalachian music. Like if you watch Ken Burns Country Music, that first like episode where he's going way, way, way back. Woo! Yeah. Anyway, I'm gonna stop blabbing. Jerry, number 2.
Number 2 is Jesus, He Knows Me.
Oh God.
Yeah.
Love it. Love it.
Mark's just vomiting.
Yes. Good choice, Jerry.
I'm never going to write that one
incredible
down.
Band. Incredible cover. I don't care.
Phil Collins.
You ghost haters can bugger on out of here.
Are you pandering, Charles? What's
great cover. Great band. Fucking rules.
Yeah.
Now, they do a couple covers that weren't very good off their new album. Don't get me wrong.
Of course.
But this one here is an incredible cover. I love it. It's probably high because it's fresh to me right now. That's how much I love it and listening to it. But by far blows the Genesis version away.
No,
yes, I agree.
Yes.
The Genesis, Phil Collins has a Jesus, He knows me. He has that soul. This guy sucks.
I don't give two shits about Phil Collins can do this.
Dude, Phil Collins can fucking sing. This guy can't sing. Dude, have you heard Genesis Mama? He has more soul than your dude from Ghost.
It's a good song.
But he has more soul.
Dude, I got your soul right here in my left.
He doesn't have no soul, man.
You know what? go back to your fucking Gary Sharon fucking Bon Jovi shit, dude, because
Go
you don't
back
fucking
to your
know.
Scott Stapp with Creed shit.
I knew this was going to cause controversy, and I fucking love the controversy. Ghost
The
fucking
way-
rule.
The way Jerry said it. Ghost.
I say all this shit
Right.
on Ghost.
He gave his
I see all
ghost
this hate on
tattoo to a
Ghost on
girl and
Facebook.
wasn't that pretty.
I'm like, fuck you guys, man. One of the best new bands in this fucking
Hey, you
century.
gave your ghost away pretty easily.
Well, I was drunk.
Rude.
I'm just
But
joking.
anyway,
What if she had a personality?
and you're lucky
She
it wasn't
probably
number
did.
one.
I concur with Jerry's choice.
Thank you.
I don't. And I get to
What a surprise.
I get to my number 2. I saw this movie with the great Peter Frampton. I don't like the Bee Gees, but I like Sgt. Pepper's Lonely Hearts Club Band movie. And I loved Aerosmith's version of Come Together. That
Good
is
cover.
possibly
Good
the
cover.
best Beatles
Yeah.
cover ever.
Movie
Nobody.
sucks really bad, but does a great cover though.
The movie is cheesy.
Terrible.
Steve Martin did Bang Bang Maxwell Silver Hammer, which sucks.
George Burns.
George Burns. Oh my God. Was it
Ugh.
Benefit of
I
Mr.
love
K?
George Burns.
I like him, but I don't like him.
Nobody's
that
worse.
movie.
The worst Beatles cover is like Shatner doing Lucy in the Sky with
That
Diamonds.
is funny though. That is hilarious. And she's gone. What
I love George
about
Burns.
What about Leonard Nimoy's cover of Lucy in the Sky with
Oh
Diamonds?
yeah, that one's a little rough too.
But that's my number 2, Aerosmith Come Together.
All
And then
right,
we get to your number 1, Andy.
I bought a George Burns album thinking it was his stand-up, and he was singing country. God, I was so pissed off. I was so pissed.
I have that weird one that was like his like classic hits cover, and I absolutely adore it because it's so cute and wholesome.
My number 1 is a Jimi Hendrix cover by Stevie Ray Vaughan doing Little Wing.
Yeah.
Oh.
Oh man.
Nobody has picked my songs.
Song Little Wing is he makes it as well. I want to say he makes it his own, but it's completely different from Hendrix.
Yeah.
It's completely different.
It's instrumental. There's no lyrics.
Instrumental all the way through, and also Derek and the Dominoes also does a good cover of it as well. But Stevie Ray Vaughan doing the ultimate version of that track, Little Wing, is my number 1.
That came out after his death too.
Yeah, I did.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It's a great fucking cover. I brought that up.
It's weird how many of these covers are posthumous releases.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And then we get to you, Charles, your number 1.
Man, this was so easy to come up with my number 1 by the greatest band to ever grace God's green earth.
Here's Oasis, folks.
The
It might be Beatles. Yeah, I was
The
gonna
Beatles, there you
say
go.
it's either
My
Beatles
bad,
or
my bad.
Oasis.
I just had
So
to
I
bring up
haven't
Oasis.
So I haven't had an Oasis on my list, by
I
the
know,
way. And
weird.
the greatest band in the history of the planet, the Beatles. And it's my favorite cover by them, done in one take. And it was Little Richard's Long Tall Sally.
That's a good one too.
Absolutely fire. Paul
Yeah.
McCartney is just full out ripping it vocally. And they did it in one take.
Yeah, that's just
It's
amazing.
phenomenal.
Yeah, it is.
So if you listen to that recording, the studio version, and I love all the versions I've heard, all the live versions, and on live at the BBC, on the anthology, all these different ones. But yeah, I love the studio version the best. And it was, like I said, one take. So
Yeah.
check that out if you haven't heard it in a while, and just marvel at the fact these young guys did this in one take in the studio and was done. Bam.
Yeah. So Kate,
The greatest of all time.
I agree with that. So what's your number 1, Kate?
I went with Nature Boy by Gandalf. Behind me. Very weird random psych band. This album dropped in 1969, but the original is a 1948 Nat King Cole hit. It wasn't written by Nat King Cole. It's written by a guy named Eden Abez. This song's covered by Sinatra, Sarah Vaughan, Tony Bennett, Natalie Cole, George Benson, Marvin Gaye, Bobby Darin. I mean, all these people, like Miles Davis covers this with Charles Mingus, like crazy amount of covers. But Gandalf's like some random psych band in 1969 in New York City. I absolutely love this cover. And they do this cover. They do a couple of Tim Hardin covers. I got to shout out Tim Hardin. Hang On to a Dream is another one that's on here that absolutely kicks ass. But yeah, one of my favorite psych albums of all time. Highly, highly recommend this to anyone. But Nature Boy, Nat King Cole cover. That's all I got.
And inspired Ric Flair.
And Gandalf, you shall not.
Well, and their band, because Tolkien, if you think about Tolkien's old, Tolkien was in World War I and wrote like the Hobbit and Lord of the Rings trilogy and shit, like right after World War I. So their original name for Gandalf was supposed to be Gandalf and the Wizards, and the record company, I think they're on Capitol. I can't see, but I think it's on Capitol, and Capitol didn't like that, so they just dropped off and the Wizards, and they're just Gandalf. But it is inspired by Tolkien, and Tolkien's old. You don't think about Tolkien being, but like, you know, like Zeppelin talking about Tolkien.
Yeah, Zeppelin.
Yeah.
Gollum and the evil ones.
Yep, exactly.
You know the Beatles almost made Lord of the Rings, the film.
That would have been
wild.
I'm a huge Lord of the Rings nerd. Lord of the Rings, Tolkien, all that stuff, especially like all the ties into musical things like Zeppelin.
Yeah. My only problem with Lord of the Rings is how many more extended versions are they going to come out with? Jeez.
That extended version when they're smoking weed is really awesome.
Well, and like you have to think about,
I need to smoke some right now. Go ahead.
Jesus, I mean,
you have to think about how long his books are, because when he does that trilogy, like The Hobbit was the first. I think about being a kid, and like the first novel I ever read was The Hobbit. All right, I'm that kind of nerd, but yeah, junior high, we had to write some book report on a novel, and it was like, here's this list. I'm like, I don't want the list. I want this random book that I found in my mom's collection, and it was The Hobbit. But when he came out with Lord of the Rings, it's so long. And I know my explanation is ridiculously long too, but he even made up a whole language. He makes up like Elvish, he makes up dwarf language. He just knew so many different kinds of languages, and he makes up a couple different languages for the book. And then he wrote the Silmarillion and all these other like appendiums to it. So that's why you keep getting these weird versions. And like the show that they came out with, what was that? It wasn't.
I didn't like that show.
I don't know. To me, Randall and Clerks 2 subscribe.
Lord he has it succinct.
Hey, I didn't like Clerks 3. They killed off the good guy.
You summed it up in 2 seconds.
Clerks 3 was depressing.
I liked it. Anyway,
they killed it, man.
Is it my turn?
Yeah, it's your turn, Jerry.
Jerry, number one,
from the best American rock band ever from Pasadena, California. Charles mentioned them earlier. Van Halen, You Really Got Me. Best fucking rock and roll cover song. And we had failed to admit what a perfect combination. Eruption goes right into You Really Got Me, dude. Perfect combination. Yeah. It's one of those, two songs that bind together, like Journey, feeling that way anytime.
So it's like Living, Loving, Made, man.
Yeah, there you go.
Yes.
I mean, I was going to go, so many. You mentioned Diver Down. I mean, you got, You're No Good. Linda Ronstadt cover they did. Amazing fucking cover.
Oh, man. But,
I still think it's the greatest, rock cover from the greatest American band in history, Van Halen.
Mm-hmm.
I knew you guys were going to pick You Really Got Me. So I picked another Van Halen song It was also a Kinks cover because I want to cover a lot of shit that's fucking great. And you really got me. I knew was going to be picked by a lot of you guys here. Oh, I guess only two. Where have all the good times gone from the great album Diver Down? That fucking, I didn't even know that was a Kinks song when I first heard that. And I go, this song is so groovy and fucking melodic. Fucking where have all the good times gone? And I went and listened to years later the Kinks version. God dang, Van Halen just owns the Kinks. I'm sorry, Ray and Dave Davies. Van Halen could do your songs better, even though I love you guys. But that's our countdown, man. And then we got our mentions. I'll go through mine real quick, and then we'll go in order. Boom Boom, Big Head Todd and the Monsters, Van Halen, You Really Got Me, Rush, Summertime Blues, Bananarama, Venus, R.E.M., Toys in the Attic, and like in the Paul Young, Every Time You Go Away.
That's a cool song. I like that song.
That's my also. And then we go to you, Andy.
Off the soundtrack, The Counting Crows, Ghosting You, originally done by the Psychedelic Furs. Marilyn Manson doing Sweet Dreams Are Made of These. I love that version. I think that's awesome. Metallica's Whiskey in a Jar. I like their version better than the other one. Let me see here. Leonard Skinner, They Call Me the Breeze. I love that song. Better than J.J. Cale. Skinner on that one. Whitney Houston, I Will Always Love You. The Lemonheads doing Mrs. Robinson. I love their version as well. Simply Red, If You Don't Know Me by Now. I think was great. And Urge Overkill, Girl, You'll Be a Woman Soon. Originally done by Neil Diamond.
Charles, do you have any mentions?
Yeah, X, Soul Kitchen.
Everything that Oasis covers by the Beatles.
Pretty much. And well, also Heroes. They did a great Heroes cover. Way better than Wallflowers. Stevie Ray Vaughan's Little Wing. A lot of the ones I liked you guys mentioned. Just double those up. And Ghost. Ghost. Jesus, he knows me.
Did you guys know Jacob Dylan's dad was a singer?
Yeah, Bob Dylan.
I
had no idea. I think he sings better than his dad. I do like the Wallflowers.
He does sing better than his dad. Yeah,
way
better. That's a Zach.
But he doesn't have songs better than his dad.
Bob Dylan sang the best when he was with the band or he's with Tom Petty.
Yeah. Oh, and Poison, Your Mama Don't Dance.
That is a way better version of Loggins and Messina. And then we get to you, Kate.
Oh shit. Oh my god. This list was so hard to put together and then orchestrate some kind of order to it. I gotta shout out They Might Be Giants because Istanbul, not Constantinople. Four Lads versus their version. Ridiculous. I sent you guys that Everlong, Matt Duncan, that like jazzed up version of Foo Fighters. Respect by Aretha Franklin's a cover, which I think a lot of people don't realize. It's Otis Redding, but Aretha's song. It's Aretha's song. People doing Beatles, Stevie Wonder's We Can Work It Out. Love that cover. I love Joe Cocker's With a Little Help from My Friends. Hendrix, you guys mentioned All Along the Watchtower. That Gary Jules cover of Tears for Fears, Mad World, when you guys were talking about Tears for Fears. That cover kicks ass. Meters. The Meters doing Wichita Lineman. Check that out. I love that cover. It was really hard not to put it on here. And I love Pearl Jam doing Last Kiss.
That's a good one.
That's my last honorable mention. Jerry, what do you got?
Metallica, Tuesday's Gone.
Ooh,
Ghost, Here Comes the Sun.
Oh,
Ghost, I'm a Marionette. Great ABBA cover. I'm a Marionette. Good soon.
I'd rather listen to Fozzie's ABBA cover.
Another Ghost song, Missionary Man, originally done by the Eurythmics. Totally freaking awesome.
Ooh.
And Bible, another great Ghost cover.
Bible's great. Yeah.
And Ghost is the best band in the last 23 years.
Rival Sons, man. Rival Sons.
Oh, jeez, not even close. I like Rival Sons.
Rival Sons fucking is raw. They don't
They're
overproduce.
good,
They don't overproduce. Ghost
not even in the
overproduces.
same league.
Yes, they are. Rival Sons is better.
Overproduces.
Dave Cobb is a great producer, man.
Yeah.
But you don't like lazy Rick Rubin. Did you call him lazy?
He's been lazy because he brickwalled albums.
Okay.
He started No, people have said in the studio, he just sits on the couch and goes, "Oh, that's cool. Just do Metallica. Be Metallica." What he told him. He didn't do like Tom Petty and Heartbreakers Wildflowers.
Oh man,
he started getting lazy after that album with the Chili Peppers and
so good.
Blood Sugar Sex Magic is a great album. Beastie Boys' first album rules.
But once Chili Peppers hit like Californication, do you want to listen to another 20-minute song about California?
I like the last few albums they've done. You know what? I like the last album with Klinghoffer. That was a good album.
The last one that I liked from them was
listen to the song Dark Necessities.
No.
That's
okay.
Dark Necessities rules.
I'll check it out again.
Dark Necessities is the way people.
It's pure pop, man.
It's not pop. It's got fucking. It's not pop at all, man.
100% pop. What are you kidding?
Dark Necessities rules.
Hey, from Jungle Book, Bare Necessities. Is that what you're talking
about? The Bare Necessities.
Fuck off,
life at ease.
Let's end this podcast.
The Bare Necessities. Wait, okay. So I had the 10 top. My one last me going on and on, because I do this. My one last going on and on. The top 10 covered songs of all time. Yesterday by the Beatles is number 1. Can't Get No Satisfaction, obviously the Stones. Love Me Tender by Elvis.
Boingo did Satisfaction.
Billie Jean, Michael Jackson.
So did Devo.
Eleanor Rigby, Beatles. My Way, Frank Sinatra. The Bridge Over Troubled Waters.
I love it.
Yeah. Ain't No Sunshine. Number 9, coming in with Hallelujah. Like I said, one of Leonard Cohen's is one of the most covered songs. And I Love Her. So out of all the top 10 most covered songs of all time, the Beatles are killing it.
Well, the Beatles are the greatest band of all time. With Rush.
They're the best.
Yeah. No, not and Rush.
Don't recall Rush being on the top 10 songs
covered.
Great.
Yeah,
I guess Rush songs are just too hard to cover.
I'm just saying, to me, those
Beatles are.
I love
the
Rush.
Beatles are a nice little band.
I love Rush.
Was Oasis on your top covered songs? Oh, thank you. Okay.
Did I say the Beatles and Oasis? No,
but you always say
Oasis does
Beatles
great
are number 1.
Beatles
Oasis are right
covers.
There. I said what?
It's like Jerry. There's no Iron Maiden songs there, or Pink Floyd or Zeppelin.
Yeah, no Pink Floyd or Zeppelin's covered on that, but
one no Oingo Boingo.
Gives a shit. I mean, really, what does that prove?
No Oingo Boingo. No U2 songs are on the top 10.
Yes.
With or without, she's got to be out there somewhere.
How many Scott Stapp and Creed covers are
there? Really. How many Creed covers are on there?
I'm sorry, Michael. This is funny.
You know it has a lot of covers?
Miles.
You know has a lot of covers?
How many Miles Kennedy covers are there?
The Pet Shop Boys have a lot of covers of all their songs. It's a Sin.
Where's those Firehouse
West End Girls?
I can give them credit. I give credit where credit's due.
Even Depeche Mode has a lot of covers.
Bang Tango covers.
Well, there ain't no Bang Tango covers. I'm not that stupid. Depeche Mode, Personal Jesus, which I prefer.
Ooh, yeah,
Depeche
that's
Mode's
a jam. No, that's a good one.
Depeche Mode, overrated, man.
But fuck off.
Them and the Cure, man. That type of
you know we're gonna do Violator one day, Jerry. And you ain't skipping it.
And you make me hate him even worse, Mark. So
fuck off. You're gonna get Oingo Boingo Only a Lad one day.
Oh please, I would love to do that one.
No, we already did it.
Oh, come on.
We did Nothing to Fear and Only a Lad.
Isn't there
together.
another one coming up in the future?
Oh yeah, we could do we could do Dead Man's Party. I did that one by myself.
Oh, please do it.
Which one has the little girl song on it?
I think
So
I
you
did
gotta
that one.
defend.
I think I did that one.
He loved little girls. You got to defend that song.
No, that's called fucking what's going on in society at that time, man.
It
All
was.
blue songs.
He's talking about how pedophiles suck.
We talked about this on that Beatles one when they do Little Child, and I was like, all blue songs, real creeper. They got some creeper songs.
Have you heard the Oingo Boingo Little Girls? He goes, I love little girls. It's Danny Elfman. You know he's not meaning that. He's talking.
I don't think Danny Elfman's a pedo. No.
No.
We don't know that.
I don't think so.
Yeah, we don't know. We don't know.
Yeah, listen to his last solo album. It's fucking amazing.
I don't think
he looks like a Batman villain.
It's weird since he's got like ripped.
Batman
weird.
Villain.
He's always been ripped. I saw Oingo Boingo like 3 times.
It's weird seeing him.
He's strange looking.
The best Halloween act ever.
It's kind of like a Carrot Top getting ripped. It's just weird. It's weird.
Danny, you should watch. Go on YouTube.
He does look like Carrot Top.
Look up the final concert from Oingo Boingo at the Universal Amphitheater.
No, we really shouldn't.
Rules.
Nobody.
I like Oingo Boingo. I'm not rejecting Oingo Boingo. I'm not rejecting Danny Elfman.
That clip is blocked in my area, man.
Well, you know what? You know what? We should do the last Danny Elfman solo album. There you go.
I've got
I
that.
fucking love you, dude. I fucking love you, dude.
I love all you guys. But Charles,
I gotta run.
Yes,
we're ending this shit, man. What's up?
All right, man. Well, like, share, subscribe. I want to thank Kate Doré to join us this evening. And
who's Katie?
Hi,
thank you, ma'am.
And Andy Rodriguez, welcome again. Thanks for being on.
Well, she's cuter than Katy Perry, so there you go.
Ah, wow, she's like super hot. So thank you, I appreciate it.
No problem. I'm not hitting on you. I'm married.
And check out the archives for more great shows, and check out Freeform Rock Podcast this week. What is it again? We're doing
Perfect Circle.
Perfect Circle. Merited Gnome or something.
Yeah, well, listen to the episode, man.
Yeah, it's a hard title, but yeah, it's don't want to give away what we thought of it.
Yeah, we're doing something avant-garde more than Lee did. At least people know this avant-garde and not fucking what's that?
Not Phil X.
Not fucking one band from Japan that was just noise. What was that? Mascara Soup?
Mascara Soup.
Oh, God. I'm still on fucking drugs from that album. Let me smoke some weed from that. I love you, Lee. But Jerry, you got anything to say, man?
Thank you, Kate. Thank you, Andy. It's always nice having you guys on.
Thank you, Jerry.
I've been quiet the last couple of weeks because sometimes life throws you a fucking couple curveballs, but I'm getting over them now. Can't wait to keep doing this, man. I love doing this. I missed you guys last week and a half, and let's kick ass, man. Let's keep doing it. Let's get there.
All right,
we get some negative press sometimes by some people, man, but we can fucking do it, man.
It's all my fault. It's my fault.
And of course it is.
It's my fault. I take the blame for that. But Andy, pimp your shit, man.
Yeah, man. I got the whole month of July filled up. This coming Wednesday, we are doing the top 10 albums plus 5 honorable mentions of the year 1968. American bands only because of 4th of July. And then I'm going to be off the Wednesday after that. I'm going on vacation. I am going to meet Brad Dahl for supper next week, so that's going to be cool. And awesome. And then when I get back, I got Charles on this one. We are going to do a vinyl battle of John Lennon's. I'm so sorry, I'm so tired. John Lennon's the Plastic Ono Band against the McCartney 1 track by track.
That's a good one.
We're going to see which Beatle actually came out on top after the departure. And then after that, we're going to do Aerosmith's One and Done with each album. Pick one song off of each album.
Oh, that's a good one.
By Aerosmith. So that's what I got going on over at Black Spinner. Everyone's invited. Whoever wants to do whatever.
I'm interested in the Aerosmith one, man.
Me too. I'm interested in the Aerosmith album.
Yeah.
So it's open to everyone. I really love it.
All right. So, Kate, what do you got?
Oh my goodness. I'm slightly out of the vinyl game right now. I've had a lot of family shit going on. And if you're looking for something, let me know. I'll try to find it.
I'm looking for disco.
I got disco for you. I have a pile set aside for you. International House of Vinyl is the main page that I would do auctions on, but I haven't been able to lately. Vinyl Street. Hit me up. Watch us on Black Spinner. I just did an episode of Rock All Over You podcast that with the Beatles one. Hopefully I can make the one on Wednesday with Andy work for the 1968. This was a blast. Thank you guys so much. I had so much fun.
Thank you.
I appreciate it.
Just check out the Freeform Rock podcast wherever you get your podcasts, except Spotify, because I don't trust that bitch. And and then just check out this, like, subscribe, and we love the thumbs out and comment. Give us comments. I love comments. I always answer comments on there. I try to get, these two do sometimes, but I'm always looking for comments because I'm always looking to interact with you guys on the page because I want to build this stuff, man. But thank you guys for being on the show. We got lots of stuff coming up in the coming weeks. I forgot what we're doing next week, but we got it. I'll let you guys know. But thank you guys. Take it easy, man.
Bye, guys.
Love you guys.
Yeah.
Take it easy.
Good work, Charles.
All right. I'm off today.